Hello, Ashen One, and welcome to the latest Crastinators podcast. On this episode, we'll be talking about Dark Souls 3. There will be massive spoilers for the entire game. If you give a shit about bullshit like that, don't watch this video. I mean, really, you won't understand half of what we're saying if you haven't played the game. And it's a really fucking good game. We all thought it was a 10 out of 10. So just play it and enjoy the podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Crastinators podcast. I am your host, Digibro, to talk about Dark Souls 3. I've got with me Jesse, Endless Jess. Say hello, Jess. Jesse?
Hello.
Jesse, you there? There you go.
How's it going?
And I've got the best guy ever as well.
Hey guys, what's going on? Ready to get swole in the dark?
Yeah, we decided we're trying to, we're trying to make this podcast maybe have some...
Yeah, let me break in for a sec, because there's a lot of talking over people going on. We want to avoid that as much as possible from here on out.
Right.
So maybe, less people might be better.
By the way, Happy Mother's Day to all the MILFs in our audience. I know there's a lot of you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day that we're recording this, and this podcast won't come out for a week and a half.
That's true. If there's one thing I want to do more of in all my online pursuits, it's attract real women into having real sex with me. So now's my quick plug for that. So MILFs, shout out to you today. All right,
You're the only one here who hasn't done it, you fucking chump.
Had sex via... That's not due to online stuff. That's true. One day. You could be the first, ladies. Get in line.
All right, so we're talking about Dark Souls 3
yeah,
today.
Right.
I think we all really like this game a lot.
Sure do. And
that's why we're doing this. Mm-hmm. It's like the coolest game ever. It's fucking rad.
It's the best game I've played since Dark Souls 1, probably.
But it's still a 10 out of 10.
Jesse, I'm curious about your issues with it, because you have been the most
critical
praising of this game from the beginning. I've never heard you complain about it, really. So, what is your...
I guess my main complaint, and it's, like, none of my complaints are huge complaints.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, but I like the fact that in Dark Souls 1 and 2, as soon as you start the game, there's like 3 or 4 different directions you can go. And this game doesn't branch off until.
Well, let me refute that right off, because in Dark Souls 2, that's not the case. That's only true in Dark Souls 1.
What the fuck are you talking about, you stupid idiot? Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You can't go down
the
well.
Yes, it
you
fucking
can go
is.
one way.
You don't know anything about Dark Souls 2. You jabronis always run your mouths about Dark Souls 2. I'm already mad. It's been 5 minutes. You always run your mouths about Dark Souls 2. You don't know a goddamn thing about it. You're not a fucking Dark Souls 2 master like me, so shut your damn mouth and know your damn role.
Okay, well, maybe that's true. I can definitely agree with you with one. Dark Souls 3 is the most linear of them all. That is true. I looked at a big map that shows like a flowchart of the ways you can go. There aren't that many optional areas, though there weren't really that many of the others, and the chart goes pretty straightforwardly.
I would definitely say the first time I played through it, I was struck by how linear it felt. It's really not... I mean, when you're in the Crucifixion Woods, you can go either fight the Abyss Watchers or go to the Cathedral of the Deep.
That's right.
By the way, there will be spoilers for everything in this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Gonna spoil it all.
No real sense in making
That's good, because the lore is great,
spoilers.
And there are some great... I bet there's some stuff you guys don't even know, if you haven't done all the threads, all the quest threads, and I can't wait to talk about them, because they're awesome.
I would say that, like, when I started up my New Game Plus, the very first thing I did was in the first area, go kill the old lady who gives you the cup, and then it makes you fight the dancer as soon as you kill her. So then I fought the dancer, and I went up through the castle and did the castle stuff before anything else in the game. Mm-hmm. So that was definitely cool, because it made it so... Like, I couldn't imagine trying to do that on a brand new game unless you were, like, extremely pro tier, Like,
it's almost
really
like...
wanted the challenge.
Yeah, it's preventative in the sense that, like, you're severely underleveled doing it on a non-New Game Plus, and, like, it doesn't want you to do it, really, but you can do it if you're good enough.
Right. But it was cool to do on New Game Plus, because it was right away, like, whereas the whole game... I would say this game's kind of easy compared to the other Dark Souls games.
I don't know about that.
Especially on New Game Plus, where you're... Like, I don't know, I was super overpowered for, like, all of this game. And when I started up New Game Plus, I immediately went and fought, like, all the hardest bosses at the beginning. Like, I fought the Dancer, I fought the Dragon, the Blind Dragon, Osiris, I fought the Living Armor, and killed all of them.
Well, you say you did them right at the beginning, but you can't even get there until like most of the way through the game. Like Osiris is like buried way down in fucking, I don't know, somewhere. I don't know. It's gonna take you like 5-6 hours to get there, even if you're making a fucking beeline.
I'm talking about from New Game Plus.
Yeah, you can't just walk straight there. You gotta fucking unlock the paths and shit.
But the only thing you have to do is you start off in the castle area, like on the wall, the high wall of Lothric. You run in, you kill the old lady, and that makes the dancer spawn. And then once you kill the dancer, you can just
I forgot it was down that path. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
I was wrong.
So you can just run in there and kill Osiris, and I even went to the burned out version of the shrine, a Firelink shrine.
Yeah, right.
I did all that shit like right at the beginning of New Game Plus,
the champs
which
down
was
there.
cool. Because those bosses all drop a fuck ton of souls, and when you start New Game Plus, your biggest problem is that it takes a lot of souls to level you. So by fighting all the hardest bosses first, I had like a shit ton of souls. The only thing you can't do is you can't go into you can't get into the Grand Archives until you have all of the other bosses killed. So you can't go fight the brothers and all that shit until you've killed all the bosses. But so it did feel like once I was on New Game Plus, I did get to play it in a significantly different enough way that that it was like, yeah, cool, it's not exactly the same. But now that I've done a few more New Game runs, it really is like, man, this is a pretty linear game.
Your
choices are you either do Cathedral of the Deep or you do the Abyss Watchers first.
That's true.
Like the only real big choice.
Let's set this in the context of the Soulsborne series, because before this was Bloodborne, before that was Dark Souls 2, and before that was Dark Souls 1. So like most people are playing this game coming off of playing Bloodborne, and so that's kind of the way that I was comparing things. And I gotta say, I've played Dark Souls 1 and 2 and Bloodborne recently, and Dark Souls 3 definitely feels more like Bloodborne, just in the sense of the quickness of your movements and the way your character moves, and all of that is really good. It is different, so I could see someone not liking it. It feels a little bit less deliberate, but I definitely like it, and it's kind of got the faster pace of of Bloodborne with the vast weapon variety of the Dark Souls series, and they've incorporated this new ability that with the L2, what are they called, like focus attacks, which add a whole bunch of extra shit. Man, I just got this sword. I didn't even know this was a thing. This is how great this game is. I just beat the game again on New Game Plus. I walk up to Ludleth, who can like fuse souls, and like it just so happened, I didn't even know this was a thing. You have the option of fusing if you've made both of the prince's swords from the princes in the castle. He'll fuse them into one super sword that can do both of their special attacks with the L2 commands. It's like you got a light beam and you got a fire beam.
There was a guy who can fuse swords. I have never heard of it.
That's the thing. He can only do it with this one weapon, and I just happened to stumble upon it.
Wait, who does this? Who fuses the swords?
Ludleth, like the guy who turns souls into weapons. He just fuses it was the coolest thing ever. I'm just saying, there's all this shit. It's got the touch still, It's got it all. Anyway, I just wanted to ask you guys how you felt about like the controls in comparison to, the other games, because I really like the way it's moving. Even though this is like probably the last Souls they're making for a long time, which makes me very sad.
That makes me angry. There should be a new Souls game every year for the rest of my
I would have absolutely no problem with them churning out a game of this nature every single year. I want that. These are great. Yeah. There's no problem. And yet they decide to end it.
Well, they said that they're ending the Souls franchise and that they're working on a new IP. I mean, that could be another Bloodborne for all we know, like another game that's just the same kind of mechanics but different.
I hope that's true.
I wouldn't mind getting like personally, I'm okay with like Souls itself being over, because I felt like this game was the ultimate one. Like if they wanted to, because like what was cool about Bloodborne was that it was the same kind of game, but it had such different mechanics to it that it was like you could play it for different reasons. Like I think with the previous games, each one was kind of similar enough that you would just play whichever one was your favorite, but where like Bloodborne's different enough that you might play that one for just because you want a different experience. And I think it would be cool if we got some more games like that, maybe something even more in the direction of like a Platinum Games style thing with like more action and like fast-paced stuff, or maybe something even more fucking deep and complex, But I definitely think that like FromSoft is moving in the way of maybe just understanding controls better. Like I wonder how much the like Demon Souls was clunky because that made it easier to make a deep combat system, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's always trade-offs with stuff like that. Like the weapon, no, what is it? Like the item weight limit that was in Demon Souls 1, like nobody likes that. But like it does add an additional layer of depth to things. Yeah. It's just you know.
I'll say that things. I think so if I were to summarize what I think like Dark Souls 3 did overall like compared to the other games, it's that it really streamlines everything. And while I think like Bloodborne streamlined it, but then it also was like really different, where it was more of this like fast-paced, you know, aggressive type of game. But with Dark Souls 3, it's like they made the fact that there's bonfires like everywhere. You never have to like run all the way back to a boss. They
were exceedingly generous with the bonfires, a little bit more than I thought was appropriate or necessary.
Right, but I really felt like this game was meant for the long term, because like I think with Demon Souls, that game was super fucking memorable. Like everything about it was the most memorable thing ever, because you would go through it 100 fucking times. Like if you died, you had to play the whole level again. Yeah. Even if you died to the boss, you had to play all the way back to the boss every single time, and every level was so distinct that it kind of got away with that because it was like such a, you know, engrossing game. But I think that once Dark Souls 1 came out and you had the shortcuts and it was easier to get back to bosses and it felt more like
I mean, there were shortcuts in Demon Souls too.
Right, but I mean like yeah, I mean that's definitely true, but I think with Dark Souls it was just generally you didn't have to run back quite as much.
That's true. Know? That's true.
And I think that Dark Souls also with the flask system, like with Demon Souls, if you died a whole bunch of times to the same boss, you had to then go fucking spend a year grinding grass again, you know? Yeah. So they introduced this flask system so that no matter how many times you died, you always started off on the same foot. You know, you never had to like completely restart.
The flask system is genius. You know? It's the best. It's the best.
So I think that was already sort of an effort to streamline it. But even in Dark Souls, there's a lot of moments where there's not a bonfire for a long time. They had hidden bonfires, like really dickishly hidden bonfires, you know? Like the one in the fucking forest, like if you didn't hit that illusory wall and find that bonfire.
I beat the game twice before I figured out how to get to the bottom of the forest.
Right?
Jesus.
It took me a long time to figure that shit out.
You know the one in right before the area where the giant is throwing bombs on the top of the Snake Fortress, Sen's Fortress. There's one way up top there. And if you don't find that one, you have to go through the whole fucking trap-filled fortress. Yeah, it's just it's fun.
Like I would always see like items down there.
Oh yeah.
And like I fucking went through the game twice, going like, how the fuck? Where is it? How do I get there? And finally, I found it.
Where exactly are you talking about?
The bottom layer of the forest place that you have to get through, like the
where
secret.
The Hydra is.
You have to like go through like a secret tree wall or some shit. I don't remember. Like near the gateway to I don't even.
Oh, where there's like where there's the living tree.
I think I know what he's talking about. Yeah.
Anyways, it's a pile of shit. It's the worst game ever. They're all bad.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, like that's the thing. Like that game, it had stuff like that, and I think that was great. I think it made it a really memorable and cool game that you had this like harsh experience, but you never get that again when you play it again. You know, once you've beaten Dark Souls and once you know all the secrets, you know them forever. And then all those things that are kind of a pain in the ass become a real pain in the ass, because like, you know, the first time you're playing, everything's equally hard, and it's never like a matter of well, I had to run back 1,000 times here.
I just raped I'm playing it right now, and I just raped the dancer. She's fucking dead. She was no match for my magic, for my dark powers of sorcery from the netherworld.
The Babadook spook.
I kill her with the wizard staff. Take her.
Yeah, by the way, I meant to mention this earlier, but you should be following Endless Jess's channel, The Blue Glow, where he's been playing Dark Souls 3, and my channel, Digibros, where we've been playing Dark Souls 3. I would say Jesse's is more memorable, though, because his characters are quite a sight.
They're rich and,
well, that leads
They're
me
as deep
into,
as real Dark Souls characters.
The Blue Glow lore is becoming quite masterful.
Yes, the time is convoluted on the Endless Jess
That's
channel.
true. That's very true.
That leads me to my other much larger complaint that I didn't even realize was a complaint.
Wait. Can I finish the point I was making real quick? Because I actually forgot to wrap it up. So you know, when I played through Dark Souls 1, because I played through all these pretty recently, the hardest part for me and the most frustrating was Anor Londo, because there's that huge run back to the from whichever bonfire you pick. Like, you always have to run this massive distance, and I thought it was such a pain in the ass to have to do that. And so, like, with Dark Souls 3, I really think they were thinking about it in, like, long term. Like, it's not as memorable the first time through, like in Dark Souls, where you really struggled and you really had to run all the way back because they put bonfires everywhere. But I think that in repeated playthroughs, this game will be the least frustrating and the easiest to come back to. And I think that might be what they were going for, because at this point, it's like we already have the old games. You know, if you've already had that experience of the epic, frustrating, intense game, and anyone who hasn't played the old ones isn't going to be that like if they make a new game and it's more accessible, then like any of the people who couldn't make it through Dark Souls 1, this is the one they're going to play anyways.
Okay, I mean, I guess you could maybe interpret it that way, but then I see bonfires like when you kill the what is it, like the Dragon Slayer armor, and then you run up the hill and there's another bonfire right there. It's just like, that's just stupid. Why did you put that there?
Well, it's stupid, but at the same time, the Dragon Slayer bonfire is the one that's the fastest way back to the brothers once you open up that shortcut. So
no, that's fine. I mean, you leave the Dragon Slayer one, and you just don't put that other one there in front of that building. I mean, they can handle the extra 2-second walk. Just I don't know.
I definitely think it looked goofy and like really at that moment, you know. But I think honestly they could have just moved that Dragon Slayer bonfire to the other end of the bridge, and that would have been like. Because as it stands, it's only so much more convenient, because you still have to run across the whole fucking bridge to get to the elevator that goes to the brothers. So, like, no matter what, you've got a fairly long run. So it's like, why'd you even put these two bonfires so close together if it wasn't going to be that much more convenient? Yeah.
That's very true.
Jesse, what was your next complaint you wanted to bring up?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't even realize that I had this complaint, because it's like a class-specific complaint. And I'm not the only one. People are flipping out about this, like Dark Souls fans.
Is it about the magic?
No, it's, because the first time, you know, I made my guy, I usually go for like a dex kind of build. I had my fucking dancer swords. It was cool as shit. I was like, all right. Then the next one, I did my fucking Babadook spook, and I'm like, yeah, I did a little playthrough. I'm like, look at me, I'm so cool. I'm the fucking evil guy, motherfucker, suck my dick. And that was cool. So then I made a third character. And I'm like, okay, who will be my next wacky Dark Souls character to enter the blue glow and change people's lives for the better? So I decided to make a tank character. And I'm gonna make him like the most defensive, high vitality, impossible to knock down, fucking tank guy, big fat armor. I named him Tank McSpank. He's the coolest character ever. And I wanted to unleash him upon the world. But then I started playing, and I started realizing there's no fucking poise in this game. Poise doesn't do a goddamn thing in this game. And then I started looking it up, and I realized I'm not making it up. It's not in my head. It's true. They totally nerfed poise. So, like...
Would you just describe what that means in case they don't know?
Yeah. Okay, so poise is the stat, like in Dark Souls 1, if you get hit, your character gets knocked back. It'll, like, interrupt your attacks and shit. But if you have, like, high enough poise, then nothing can, like, stop you. So if you're in the middle of an attack, getting hit by a sword won't stop you. You can, like, walk through enemies, like, hits and, like, just brush it off and keep walking. That's what the poise is for. And Dark Souls 3, it has a poise stat, but the poise stat does nothing. To the point where, like, it has to be a mistake. It has to be, like, a glitch, people are assuming. But
now I've been told that the poise also wasn't a thing in Dark Souls 2.
I can't verify that because I don't remember making a strength build in that game.
Okay, but doesn't matter.
If it were, people wouldn't just be complaining about it now.
Well, that's the thing, because I brought this up to my brother Shade, who's like an expert on all the games, and he was like, oh yeah, poise wasn't a thing in Dark Souls 2. And I was like, oh, well, I don't know if Jesse knows that, because I've only heard it from you, but I don't really read Souls communities or anything.
Yeah, well, like, I never would have noticed it, except until, like, for the first time I made, like, a tank kind of character.
Right.
Well, that's shit.
It just seems like a mistake, because they have stuff like the Wolf Ring, which increases poise, but it literally does nothing, because the poise stat is worthless. And people discovered
it'll
that...
get patched.
Well,
yeah,
like,
maybe that's a patch thing.
There's people who, like, discovered... Like, they went into the code of it, and they, like, changed something around, and they were able to activate poise by going into the code of the game, but then they got, like, soft banned from Software as though like they don't want people to have poise.
Well,
it's
those people
probably
played online with that
That's
poise
true,
that, you know, they were probably, because if other people don't have it, then it's unfair.
But it just seems
those
like
people were
weird and
activating
fishy.
it.
Like you'd think by now there'd be like a statement on it where they'd say
Right.
either like, yeah, we took it out
Yeah.
because of these reasons, or yeah, we made a mistake and we'll fix it.
I mean,
But they
I
haven't
assume
said
it's the
anything.
same in the Japanese version, which has been out for, what, 6 months? You know, 4 or 3 months, something? It's a while. Well, that's shit. I
It's
want to
shit.
also complain about Magic, because I haven't actually done this myself, because I don't play as a pussy-ass Magic user, but I hear Magic is just totally garbage.
You fucking faggot! I'll suck your dick and make you suck mine too.
I haven't done much PvP, but I've
The
just heard that
ultimate
it's totally
disgrace.
non-viable.
I'll put you into 69 of torment.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, by the way, though, I was just messing around for the first time just a few minutes ago using the spell. What was it? What is it? It's the one where you turn into, like, the background fucking camouflage or whatever it is.
Right.
It is the
Chameleon.
most fun I've ever had in a video game. I follow behind an enemy. I'm in Irithyll, right? Behind the giant, like, sword dancer ladies. I follow, like, an inch behind them as a statue, and then when they turn around, I just stop moving, and they bump into me and move around, and I do this for, like, 10 minutes. It's the most fun I've ever had in a video game. They don't know what the fuck's going on. It's great.
You can get
Stupid
a
ass
spell to do that,
hollows.
too.
That's what I'm saying. It is a spell.
Oh yeah. Well, there's
Yeah.
also like the item, the white branches do that too. I think.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I got it. So to talk about builds, because my experience with this game was kind of funny, because like you know, I've got my friend Don-san who played this in the Japanese version, and he breezed through it, played it 3 times by the time the English version came out, and he was saying that he thought it was kind of easy. And then me and my brother Shade played it, and we both beat it in 18 hours apiece, and we both thought it was really easy compared to the other games. And, like, I talked about this on Twitter, and then people were like, what are you talking about? This game's no easier than the others. It's just as hard. And I was like, look, if I replayed Bloodborne, I would have a harder time than I did playing this game for the first time.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm not sure you should compare it on a direct thing with Bloodborne, because
Right.
that is a different sort of game. But I think
Right,
comparing
but
it,
I
we
just
just
thought-
played Dark Souls 1 not too long ago, and I find it a very similar experience. The pace is a little bit faster in this, but I don't know. That seems
I just
equivalent.
thought this felt like the shortest and easiest of the games to me, where
It does feel
there
the
was
shortest.
there was nothing that gave. I never died more than 3 times on the same thing until like the final bosses, like the brothers and Osiris were like the only things that killed me more than 3 times, and each one was like 5. So it was just like. But I don't know. I don't know how much of that was my build, because once I was talking about it online, everyone was telling me like they had a much harder time with it, or they took a lot longer than I did. And people were
Well,
like, did you get all the secrets and stuff?
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I got. It was like eventually, the 18 hours was before I did all the secret levels. Once I did them all, like I went back and did them, it was like closer to 21 hours. But I still felt like I just kind of steamrolled most of the game, you know. And then
Did you
figured
go
out,
into the catacombs of the fucking underground lava place? Because that
Yeah, I
place
did
was
that
a
once.
fucking nightmare. That's gonna be like 5 hours to clear out. Well,
I
maybe
did
not that long, but a while.
after I was already pretty strong. I mean, we just did it on Digibros and on like a new game, and we like went there right in the catacombs. We just
Yeah.
went straight to that level, and Victor cleared it in the span of 3 episodes. You know, so. I don't know. But then again, the thing is that all of us, we later realized, played our first run of the game with strength builds. We all played putting
Yeah.
everything into vigor and strength, and like a little bit of endurance and like vitality.
And, I mean,
but we all
that's
played,
easy
like,
mode. That's easy mode for sure. Playing
right.
these
Well,
games.
that's the thing. Like, I don't know, like to what extent that is like literally easy mode, but you know, we all played like naked, do all the rolls, and just have a giant sword, and that's your method, you know, like giant sword plus 10,
Yeah.
kill everything in one hit, run through, you know. And it definitely felt easier that way. And then once I did try to play like a different type of character that wasn't all strength, then I immediately was like a lot more frustrated, like, okay, this is a lot harder playing anything other than strength. So I do think that maybe the build is like, because I think in every Dark Souls game, every Souls game, like there is built-in like difficulty settings, you know, like the
Yeah.
way you play changes the difficulty of the game. And I think that might be more true in this game than it's ever been before, where strength build really is like an easier difficulty setting of the game than anything else.
But why would that be? There's just the one answer that, like, I mean, the tougher you are, like a big health bar, what it translates to is you're able to make more mistakes. And that's pretty much it. Because, like, if you're a ranger, I've heard a lot of people have actually played, like, with a bow in this game, that, like, using the short bow is totally a viable way to play. And, like, you can just cheese almost every boss just by staying far away and just backing up continuously and firing arrows. So, like, I don't know. There's lots of ways to cheese things, and buffing your health as far as it'll go, making yourself strong, and then just giving yourself the ability to, you know, make mistakes and survive. I guess
it's just that it's so easy to do in this game, because in the other games I always grinded at the start. Like in Dark Souls, or rather in Bloodborne, because that was the first one I played all the way through, I spent like 5 hours just grinding souls and vials so that I would never run out of vials, like right at the start of the game before I made any progress. And then like in all the other games, I would always have parts where I had to grind for souls or grind for Titanite and shit. And then in this game, like, by the time, because you start off with a boss fight, like, right at the beginning, and by the time you get to Firelink Shrine, you can immediately level up 5 or 6 times, and then in the second level, you find a guy who gives you 5 free level ups, you know? And so...
But at a dark cost.
Yeah, but that dark cost doesn't have any really negative effects.
Oh, it has the worst effect. It makes you ugly.
That's yeah,
but it doesn't have any like
a lore effect.
Like
mostly.
in the previous games, like take Demon Souls. Like if you were, well, I mean, in this game, you know, you can ember yourself and it gives you a longer life bar. But like in Demon Souls, the only way you could become human was to kill a boss. You know, so you more likely spent the entire game as a hollow with half a health bar.
Well,
you know?
like 3/4, because you'll use the Cling Ring probably.
Right, but yeah, you still are always going to have a reduced health bar because it's such a huge risk to be human, because if you die as a human, then your world tendency gets darker and the whole game gets harder. Yeah. So, like, for me, I would beat a boss and then I would immediately kill myself in the Nexus so that I wouldn't, you know, darken my world tendency. Because I didn't want the game to get that much harder. So, like, I don't feel like there's any real trade-off for hollowing in this game. Like, you gain 5 level ups, and there's really nothing to stop you.
All right, I mean, that is true. The effect of the hollowing are purely aesthetic and, like, ending relative. It just fucks with, like, the path you can take. But I don't know. The game's like trading the normal hollow. It's doing a new direction. Hollows are out. Embering is in. Lords of Cinders are what the cool kids are doing now, and I think it's cool. And I just did the dark ending, the usurpation of the fire ending, and I thought it was fucking tight. Some of the coolest shit happens along that line.
I have not seen that ending yet.
You haven't seen? Oh, dude, it's the coolest. The whole thing with Henri.
I've been saving it for Babadook Spook because it seems like something he would do. And I haven't beaten it with him.
I thought his storyline was over.
Yeah, well, his Let's Play storyline is over, but me playing the game is never over.
Dude, you gotta get him his betrothed Henri.
You know, that was just the end of his 7th life. Who knows how many he has left in him?
Yeah. I don't know.
He's like the Doctor. He regenerates, but he's always the same guy.
I want to shout out real quick. My favorite boss, my favorite thing in all the Dark Souls games thus far has been Maiden Estrella. That boss fight is the coolest thing that ever happened. It really is the best thing in any of the things. But there's one in this game that comes close. It's not as good, but I love it dearly, and it affected me greatly in my playthrough. So I played my entire New Game Plus cosplaying as an Undead Legion member. And I was making the gesture at everyone I met. I was fucking wearing the armor the whole time. I used the wolf greatsword. The Undead Legion is the coolest thing that's ever happened since Maiden Estrella. And I'll tell you why. It's because these motherfuckers are like when I heard the fucking, I forget who said that guy you meet at the beginning, who's like the crestfallen warrior of this game, is a what's the word, deserter of the Undead Legion. He's wearing the armor and shit. And he tells you, like, it's a bunch of dudes. They're all really strong. They've consumed wolf blood to allow them to do these inhuman fighting techniques that a normal person can't do with these giant great swords. And they don't use shields because those are for pussies. And in his own words, they will bury a fucking kingdom at the first sign of the abyss spreading into it. Is that not the coolest thing? These people have no tolerance for your fucking darkness, and they will do whatever it takes to crush it. And then when you go into the boss fight, and all these motherfuckers are going absolutely berserk. They're fucking murdering each other. They just keep picking themselves back up because they're undead. They go kill each other, and then they fall down. I don't know why they're doing that. I think they were, like, fucked up by Aldrich or something. But it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was the best boss fight since Maiden Estrella. They're the cutest. I love them. I want to be one. They're my best friends. Undead Legion for life. I love them so much.
I definitely thought the moment when they started fighting each other, I was like, holy fucking shit.
It was the most creative thing I've seen in forever.
I was a little disappointed when I found out that some of them are specifically on your side. Like, the ones that have red eyes are fighting with you, and the other ones are fighting against you.
Now, hang on. I looked into that. That is not true, because many a time fighting those guys, antagonize them, and every single one, including the red eyes, will gang up on you. The red eyes are...
That's what I had thought, that they were just fighting each other, but that they would turn on you.
I mean...
But my brother told me otherwise.
Maybe it's a New Game Plus thing, because I'll tell you, those red eyes attacked me many times. So that is not...
That's cool, because that's what I wanted it to be, was just that they were like... They were fighting each other, but just out of fucking
like those guys
rage,
are just going crazy in there. They're just going fucking berserk. Right. It's the coolest thing ever. God, it's the best. I don't know, like and the Nameless King. Gotta shout out that guy as the most spectacular boss.
I haven't beaten the Nameless King yet, actually.
Oh, he's a toughie. He's a toughie.
Yeah, because on my first game, it was like because I did the thing where in this game it lets you, if you beat the game, you can you can still keep playing. So I went back and
I wanted to bring that up because actually just now, just a few minutes ago, I got my ending and I did that, and the first time I instantly reset because I fucked up. I didn't want to, but I did. So this time, I want to talk about the lore implications, or if this is just non-diegetic gameplay or something, because I did that. I did the usurpation of the fire thing, so I think you like steal it or something, and I walked back just to see what's going on, and the kiln of the first flame, like the sword, the bonfire there, like there's no fire there. It's like gone out. And so I go back to Firelink, and I see that Ludlith is dead. He was alive before, now he's dead, and nothing else has changed. So it's making me wonder if this is like canon, or what happens if you do a different ending.
Ludlith is always dead if you go back after the ending. Okay. So just because he died when they activated the final bonfire.
Did you do a new, continue after you if with a different ending? You know what I'm saying? Did you guys do that?
I have not done a second continuation after.
I don't know what the fuck. I want to bring this up because this feels like something that is actually like wrong. Like this shouldn't be happening, but they're doing it just to let you play around in the world. And like, I like that. I always liked how harsh that the other games were. Like, if you go fight the final boss, you better be ready for New Game Plus. Like, it was painful,
that's the thing, though,
but I enjoyed
there was never a warning for it.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I understand, like, doing it that way because, thematically it makes sense. It's a brutal game, but, like, I do think that there is something to be said for, like, for instance, I still haven't played the DLC in Dark Souls 1 because I straight up forgot. Like, I went to the final boss, beat him, and then remembered, like, during the final cutscene that I had not done the DLC, and I was like, fuck, I completely fucked up. And there's no way I could just, like, I'd have to play through the whole fucking game because you have to get all the way to Duke's Archives to even get into the DLC, And then Bloodborne kind of does the same thing. If you beat the final boss, then you got to play all the way back through. So, like, for instance, when Game Grumps were doing the DLC, like, they came back to the game, they had to play all the way up to that point in New Game Plus just to be able to do it on the show. It's like, I like that I can just have one character who I can just leave there if I want to, like that I can go back and do everything possible before I go to New Game Plus and have all the items I want and be like completely prepared and, have done everything. And if I wanted to have, like, let's say you just wanted to have a character who you leave in that state, like, so that you could just dick around in the end game, like Just have a guy who's always perpetually at the end of the game, so you can run around and
don't like it.
Shit.
I don't want it. Don't want it because they're catering to the casual audience. And I don't like it. I think you should have to play through the fucking game again.
I don't think that caters to casual audiences.
No,
they're
sacrificing narrative
audience.
coherence for convenience. And I don't think that's a trade-off I want.
Well, I don't think I have to suspend my disbelief at all to understand that I am already done with the game. And this is like a standard feature in most video games.
But Dark Souls isn't a standard game. It's better than a standard game, and it should be held to that standard.
Like I said this earlier, that I think that the goal of this game, and I think this is true of a lot of things in this game, that I think the goal of it is to be playable long-term in a way that the other games aren't as much. Where I really think that with the other Souls games, they put a lot of value on the first experience and a lot of value on the learning experience you would have with it, and that's why there's so many traps and things like that. But none of that stuff matters as much on your second and third and fifth and eighth playthrough, because once you know it, you can just easily avoid all the traps.
Okay, but here's the thing. If you just look into it ahead of time, you'll know that fighting the final boss triggers the end. So you just don't do it.
You shouldn't be looking into it ahead of time if you're on.
But you should just play the game, experience what happens, and then you'll know. It's a game that's meant to be played multiple times. I think it's a reasonable trade-off. It's not one. You shouldn't do that. You should make it.
I would much I don't know that I would have gone. Well, okay, because I am so into this game, I would have done it. But it would have been so much more disheartening to find out about the Nameless King after I'd already reset my game, and I probably wouldn't have run back and done it immediately.
But you see, the thing you're protesting against is the very thing that makes the game unique. It's unwillingness to bend before the whims of the masses who want convenience overall.
I think we already had that with the other games, and we don't need it again necessarily.
That's stupid. This game isn't just those games plus
why
more
Why does every single one have to be equally a pain in the ass?
Why do they have to be equally narratively coherent? Because they're stories. Because they're fucking art. I don't want them to just
I think the trade-off is worth it. I don't think it's a big deal.
What you're talking about is a trade-off, and if you think it's worth it, then fair, but I don't.
There are some who would argue that Dark Souls has never been narratively coherent. How do you like them apples?
Okay, let me tell you right now. Why is it that when you kill an enemy, you get their soul, and when you die to them, why don't they get your soul and it's game over forever? Why is that? Does anyone know?
Who gives a fuck?
That's a real question. I'm helping your point, goddammit.
I've never thought about that at all, but because you're a special guy.
You're not special, though. You're not special at all. Everyone else who dies, you get their soul instantly. Like when you kill the Crestfallen Warrior, you get his soul. How come he doesn't get your soul when he kills you?
But how do you know he doesn't get your soul?
That's what I mean.
Because you start playing immediately
That's never been narratively coherent, because if they're all undead, they should all be coming back like you, but instead you get their souls for some reason. That's always been a concession for gameplay's sake. That doesn't make sense in terms of the story. So it's not like there's
if that thing seems so glaring to me that I think that there's something I'm missing, and there's a reason why I just don't understand why that's happening.
You can't just say it's so perfect that if it doesn't make sense, the problem must be with me.
I'm not saying that it must be with me. I'm saying I'm suspicious that it is with me. But I agree. It makes me it's not perfect. It's not perfect.
I still don't completely understand the complaint, and I have no idea.
All right, dude, just think about it. When you kill the Crestfallen,
you're saying that. Yeah. Being able to play after you beat it.
Are you talking about NPCs?
God damn it! There's only 3 of us! You shouldn't be interrupting me! I won't stand for
Jesse,
this!
Go on.
I was just having the realization of what you were saying. I wasn't cutting you off. I was just saying, oh, you mean NPCs, not enemies. I thought you meant enemies.
I'm gonna shit!
I mean, like, if you just attack the Crestfallen Warrior before he goes hollow, when he dies, you get his souls, and he doesn't come back. Why is that? He isn't undead. He should be coming back, right?
Because he's gone full hollow.
Well, that's what I mean.
If you just attack him,
there's always been a precedent for these narrative concessions for the gameplay's sake.
Now, wait, I want to be super clear. Digi, that is not correct. He was not fully hollow. He was just some dude hanging out. When you attack him right there. Forget him. They're like Lautrec or any other NPC you meet. Like the blacksmith, he's got a purpose. When you kill him, he doesn't come back. You know?
I just kind of always thought the implication was that everyone's kind of at the end of their rope in the Souls games. Because if you don't kill them, they will eventually die of their own accord. And if you do kill them, it's like you fucking ended it. But it's also possible that because time is convoluted in Lordran, that you're really just ending your intersection with their timeline.
I've always hated that fucking excuse that you can literally throw that at any problem in the game and it'll just go away.
Yeah, well, that's probably why they wrote it in there. It's a really convenient.
It probably is.
It was the only way to make sense of the idea that warriors are constantly showing up in your game and disappearing. You know.
Okay, but like Logan, right? Logan's on a quest. You meet Logan and then you kill him. Why doesn't he come back? He's an undead? Why did that happen? He's got a purpose. I don't know, man. Doesn't make sense.
I guess you could call it a narrative concession.
Let's talk about
we've acknowledged that this is the worst game ever. Okay, go on, Jess.
Yeah, let's talk about the real problem with this game. It's been out for like a month now. Where the fuck are all my lore videos? What are those guys doing?
They're
sitting on their
a little
asses.
bit. They're coming a little bit.
I want to understand what I've seen. I want to understand it.
I think I've got a pretty good idea of what's happened in the game. There's this guy, the Pontiff. He found Aldrich. Aldrich was an asshole who liked to eat people. He made him into a god. He built a church around that guy. Something, Lords of Cinder, something, guys in a castle, princes. They were gay or something for each other. It caused all kinds of problems for people. They had to get the fuck out of there, and that caused the end of the world. Something like that.
I gotta ask you guys about something that I think a lot of people have had as like their possibly biggest complaint with this game.
Okay.
that I don't think I consider a complaint personally, but I'm curious about your thoughts. Is the sheer amount of stuff that's taken from the first game.
That's okay. I mean, I can see why you might think that could be a problem, and honestly, sometimes, you know, maybe a little bit thick, maybe laid on a little bit thick, but overall, I do not hate the idea that this is it's like a grand return, you know? It feels earned, the things that were, like, the visit to Anor Londo, it's not like, anyone who says, like, oh, they just copy-pasted Anor Londo, that is so fucking lazy. Like, no, there was serious craft put into this, like, reimagining of Anor Londo, and it's great, and, like when you see the giant blacksmith, and you see him dead, and you grab his soul, and you bring it to Andre, and Andre's like, oh, I'm so sad that guy. That was my bro.
That was the most feels moment in the whole fucking game, dude.
It was
intense.
That was
the most feels.
It was great. Because like you've played, you know, they've got a respect for each other, man. It's that. Yeah. See, that's the kind of stuff. Like there's love in this shit. It's not lazy at all. So you know, I'm sometimes a little thick. Overall, definitely in favor of it. Think it works.
Wait, what's going on? I spaced out for like 20
God
minutes.
damn it, Jesse!
How do you feel about the references to Dark Souls 1 in this game?
I love them. There needs to be more of them. I love everything. I love fan service. I want it in my face all the time.
Yeah, so like, you know, I was rewatching Matthew Matosis's video on Dark Souls 2 from way back because I don't think he hates that game enough. He doesn't hate it as much as I do. The pure unadulterated hatred that I have. But you know, he complained a little bit about the references to Dark Souls 1 in that game. And I thought it was interesting because I think that the reason that the references to Dark Souls 1 can be annoying in that game is because they feel like they're there just to make references to Dark Souls 1, even though the story of Dark Souls 2 feels like it could have been a totally unrelated game.
The issue is that they tell you it has been so long and everything has been forgotten from an age. Oh, by the way, would you like to join the Sunbro Covenant? Like, it's like, come on, guys, come on.
And the Lords of Cinder, or the souls of the 4 bosses of the first game are in the bosses of the second game or something like that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like there was a reason to do that.
That's right.
But with Dark Souls 3, this game, like, everything about the story is a sequel to Dark Souls 1. Like, everything is relevant because the whole point of it is that it's like a bunch of Gwens. Like, you're fighting, like, it's basically just raising the stakes to the next level. In the first game, you had to fight all these bosses just to get to one Lord of Cinder. Now you gotta fight fucking 5 of them, you know, like, and you're no longer just an undead. So from Vadi's latest video, he kind of implied that, like, something that Miyazaki said implied that you, the Ashen warriors that you are in this game, are like basically comprised of ashes of people who failed to link the fire in before. Like, so basically rather than being a chosen undead, you're like the remnants of chosen undead who failed, or something like that.
If you think about it, literally everyone who is an undead who did not link the flame, which is most people, would fall under that description. So that is accurate.
Right. To me, I always had the impression that you like, everything in this game is more powerful than Dark Souls 1. You're not just an undead. You're this next level type of undead. This, like, this one who can ember himself and become even more powerful.
Like you said, like you're dealing with, many Lords of Cinder instead of one. And I feel that your power is sort of reflective of that. You're an elevated individual.
And I had this because if you've seen my video about like
it is confusing though. It is confusing. That is true.
It's definitely confusing. And like when the game was first coming out, I thought for sure the main character was going to be someone who had linked the fire before. Like you also were a Lord of Cinder, because it would call back to the fact that you've probably beaten the first game. But I think that in each game, the idea of your character kind of matches the mechanics. In Bloodborne, you're a hunter, and therefore you're very aggressive, and you're rewarded for attacking enemies head on, and you're meant to feel more powerful. Whereas in Dark Souls 1, you're more clunky and slow because you're just another fuck off undead like everybody else.
Yeah.
And in this game, you feel a little faster, you feel a little stronger, because you're not just any undead. You're this new thing, the Unkindled. You're like a different type of guy, and you're a little stronger and better, and the kind of person who could take down 5 fucking Lords of Cinder,
I guess. So, I mean, you fight fucking giant scaleless Seath, the god of dragons, in the last, and I mean, you do okay, and you're just some undead. I don't know. I guess I see your point though.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, I'm not saying that you're like super weak. Like the point is that you rise up above all the other undead. But like the mechanics of that game are that you have, like, when you start off, you're pretty normal and weak. You don't really have like the speed and prowess that you have in Bloodborne, where you can fucking sidestep and juke and shit. Like you're doing fat heavy rolls and falling all over yourself, unless you're naked. So, and like in this game, it's more like the armor is more like Bloodborne. People call it fashion souls, where the the stats of the armor don't really matter. All that matters is that you wear it. You know?
That's right. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's somewhere in that middle ground, and I think that's communicated well in who you are, and just the idea that you have to go kill 5 people who are all on the level of Gwyn is really cool to me.
Though I mean, just to play devil's advocate, wasn't Gwyn like kind of fucked up and like not at full power because he had linked the fire? So isn't he like weaker than he should have been? I mean,
technically all these guys would be, I guess, because they've all linked the fire, but.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
The Crestfallen Warrior guy implies that you're not fit to lick the boots of these people. They are as gods. They are the best guys.
Yeah, but I always kind of thought that was because, like, I mean, when you play through the games, the way that you get stronger is like they perform a ritual on you using souls that you collect, and that like just feeds into you, and like your power level rises basically. And that's what I always got out of it. That is like your job is to go out there, collect souls, use them to get strong, and that's like when you are at the end. Like if somebody killed you and like took your soul at the end, it would be worth like 1 billion souls because like you fucking Yeah,
that's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
I like video games. I like them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But yeah, I like all the references to Dark Souls 1. I like how the references to Dark Souls 2 are kind of subtle and hidden.
There's that giant tree outside, which I like.
Yeah, there's that. There's like the old lady who sells you stuff might be a reference to the old ladies from Dark Souls 2.
But I love
that.
Like it.
I love that the way that and I'll talk about this in a video if I finally fucking do it. But at the end of that hallway, you see Andre. And like immediately, if you've played Dark Souls 1, you're like, oh my fucking god, it's Andre.
And it's literally him. It's him.
Yeah. And then the Dark Souls 2 lady's kind of tucked off to the side where you can't see her at first. And I really think that's intentional. I
dude,
really think
you feel that in the
purpose.
game. You feel a little bit of like okay, we can't like get rid of it completely, but let's focus on the money maker here.
You'll find characters from Dark Souls 2. Like you'll find some of their armor sets and some of their bodies laying around.
You
like
guys
when you
are
first
so
get
goddamn stupid. Like there's this, like Dark Souls 2 was such a great shame that there's a conspiracy to erase it in Dark Souls.
Hey,
no, I
Jesse,
didn't say that. They put references to
Jesse. You can think about it like this,
you're
Jesse.
You're just jacking yourselves off for your stupid, illogical hatred
Jesse,
of Dark
I never
Souls
said
2.
anything like that. I never said
for it.
I never said they were trying to hide it. I just said that it's not prominent. But like, it's all the.
Well, of course, the nostalgia for the first game is going to be more prominent. It's the first fucking game. It has no reflection on how supposedly terrible and unworthy Dark Souls 2 is.
Look, Dark Souls 2 is the worst game ever made, and I'd rather kill myself than play it again.
You're a fucking idiot, and I'd rather kill you than
I will
say that shit one more time.
I will chop my penis off and stab myself through my ear into my brain and die just so I don't have to play Dark Souls 2
You can
again.
think about it, Jesse, as Miyazaki just didn't direct Dark Souls 2, so he's only interested in continuing his work.
Ray is too good in the Force. Why was Iron Man so mean?
I feel
all
like
the same complaint.
Jesse,
it's all
you know
the same
what you are.
stupid shit.
Jesse, you're like
Jesse,
Aldrich, eater of complaints, and you eat all the wines that people make, and you
Dark
use
Souls
them to
2
fuel you. Yeah.
Dark Souls 2 is a terrible game.
You're an idiot.
Liking it is making the world worse, Jesse. You are actively ruining the world.
Shut up about that, Dark
Shut
Souls
up! You
2.
shut
Who
up!
cares?
Explain without being an idiot why it's terrible. I dare you.
Come on.
You can't
The
do it.
controls suck.
The
animation
The controls
suck.
are the fucking
The
same as
levels
every
suck.
Dark... What the fuck? I can't even keep up with how much wrong you're spewing at me right now.
Things feel a little bit floaty. They don't feel as
okay. None of these are real
animation is
complaints.
fucking garbage.
You're just saying stuff that's fucking wrong. You realize that. You have to realize that. You're just saying shit that isn't even true.
How are you... Jesse, I can
so
prove it all to
dumb.
you, and I will once I start putting out those Dark Souls 2 complaint
once I
videos.
see you die 100 times in the first level and blame the game for it, like Aaron fucking Hansen, I'm sure you'll prove it to me how bad it is.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't hate it for the fact that I die all the time. I hate it because every mechanic is bad and the game is terrible.
They're the exact fucking same as every other game in the series.
They're not. They're nothing like them.
I'm
It's
not
a
really
completely
seeing where you're
different
getting
game.
There's like some tuning differences, that's for sure. I don't know, whatever.
It's
who cares?
like entirely
I don't give a
different.
shit.
Nothing is the same. All of it, nothing makes sense. It's all retarded. They changed everything for the worse, and it's a broken,
You're
shitty
just
game.
saying these like grand like statements that don't have any specifics in them. You're just fucking making.
What do
these
you want me to spend this entire podcast talking about Dark Souls 2?
The controls in Dark Souls 2 are so much better than in Dark Souls 1. They're better.
Enjoyed
The controls are better.
Dual wielding was fun.
Dual wielding is
How
great.
can you
the fucking jumping is so much
possibly-
better. Jumping is such bullshit in Dark Souls 1.
You jump like 1 inch in Dark Souls 2.
All right, by the way, I want to bring this up real
impossible.
quick. This is people need to hear about this because in Dark Souls 3 there's a big fucking problem because the way you jump is you click the left stick, and when
That's
you're running,
an improvement that Dark Souls 2 made.
No,
it's not a
because
problem. It's an improvement.
It is a problem because when I'm using the left stick to click, I have to move it, and I fucking move up my fucking movement every time I'm doing it. What?
Fun fact I learned from Victor. In
Yeah.
both the PS3 and PC versions, you can change that very easily in the menu.
I know, but I don't want to use it. I tried it with a couple other buttons. It wasn't working out fucking as well
I
as it
set
should.
it to the same button you had in the first game.
I'm baffled that you can prefer the circle jumping over the clicking jumping. The
I
clicking
like
jumping
the
is so
circle
much better.
jumping is better. It's true.
The first
it's
time...
not. It's horrible. It's
No, it's
impossible. You fucking roll by accident
It's
every
so
time.
easy to do. It's
Oh
you
my
just
God.
do it right, and
Dude,
you don't have a problem.
The first time I tried, when I started up Dark Souls 3 and I was trying to get that first item that you have to jump for in the very tutorial level,
Yeah.
I took 10 tries on that
I was
jump
gonna say it took me about 10
because
tries.
of the fucking stick jump, and then as
Yeah.
soon as I changed it to circle jump, I made it on the first try. It was the easiest thing in the world.
Well,
Like,
there you go.
All you gotta do is be dashing and then hit the circle button.
Yeah,
That's it.
Until
That's all you
it
have to
fucks
do.
up and you fucking roll half the time.
That's never happened.
What
All
is
right.
blowing you guys' mind about just fucking clicking the thumbstick? Like that's so much more.
Because it
thumb
changes the
moves.
direction that you're
move the
moving
direction
when
No,
you
it
do
fucking doesn't. It's
Yes, it
way
does.
easier and way more accurate.
It's fucking,
Every time I
it's
tried to make
bullshit.
that jump, because you have to brake slightly to the left to make that jump right, and every single time when I clicked the stick, my guy would change direction a little, and I just missed the coffin.
It's a very precise jump you're trying to make, and even that little bit of fucking up causes a
You guys
problem.
just suck at video games because you're totally wrong on this one. The clicking the thumbstick is a massive improvement that Dark Souls 2 made over Dark Souls 1, and you don't want to admit it
Jesse,
because you
are
can't
just
fucking see
clinging
the,
to anything
holes.
you can find to make Dark Souls 2 a good game.
Dark Souls 2 is a fucking great game!
All right.
There's a few changes from Dark Souls 2 that I think were great ideas that they did keep in Dark Souls 3. Fast climbing up ladders.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
And fast falling down ladders, which is much better in this game because in Dark Souls 2 you could fucking hurt yourself from fast falling, which is fucking retarded.
What the fuck are you talking about?
If you fast fall down a ladder like too
I don't
distance,
fucking believe
then
that
it
at
hurts
all.
you at the bottom.
I don't believe you.
I don't
Dude,
believe
go
you
do
either.
it.
I've never seen that shit.
I've seen it before.
You're
If you fast fall down a long enough ladder, it hurts you at the
Here
bottom.
we've got Jesse defending every little point, and Digi just making shit up. Just shit on the
No, it's this. This is fucking. Go look it up, man. Like, this was something people were complaining about day one, that you could fucking fall off ladders and shit like
That's
that.
like a Dark Souls bags of sand comment.
What does
It's
that mean?
fucking true though.
What does that fucking
You can hurt
mean?
yourself by falling down ladders.
You're saying dumb shit. Fucking. Okay, fucking Lucatiel is the best NPC ever.
Lucatiel is boring, and I don't give a shit about her. Come on, dude. Come on. I tried so hard to care about her like I cared about Solaire. I tried, and I got
Solaire.
very far, but in the end, it didn't fucking
dead.
matter because she's boring, and I don't... She's every NPC in Dark Souls
enough
1.
about fucking Dark Souls 2 for Christ's sake.
All right.
I will never have enough of Dark Souls 2.
Before I want to talk about
Vendrick
NPCs.
is the coolest guy of all time. Fucking
Who? Oh, yeah, he was cool. Vendrick was cool. I like Vendrick.
The fucking Emerald Herald is the hottest girl in all the games.
No,
all the games.
I mean,
she's boring as fuck, dude.
I mean, she's pretty hot. Okay, what is her deal? Is she a dragon or not? What's even going on with that? No one knows. She's a fucking...
I know. She's Rei. She's Rei Ayanami. She is to the dragons
all she
as
does
Rei
is
Ayanami
stand there
is to
and
angels.
say exposition. That's all she does.
And the other ones are so much fucking different, right?
Dude, the fucking
the
Shrine Maiden,
so
the
hot,
the Fire Keeper in Dark Souls 3 will fucking laugh when you make gestures at her. She'll curtsy for you. She'll bow with you. She'll dance with you. She's my fucking wife.
She's also an ugly ass albino with a
get
sacred
the
over her eyes.
You're ugly. You have no fucking sense.
I'm not
going
to defend the Fire Keeper from 3. I'm not the biggest fan of her. I just thought she was
fucking people.
She kind of reminded me of the Emerald Herald. She kind of just stands there and like doesn't do shit.
She's as good as the goddamn doll. She's like your best friend in the world. She's so nice. Oh, you fucking... Anyway, okay, I've been trying to say this for a while.
Is a fucking sexy-ass Irish lass, fucking red hair, a green-ass cloak. I want to marry her
Somehow
twice.
I knew that all this came down to just that she's a redhead. And
she's just a rehash of the Maiden in Black. She's the Maiden in Black too. They just tried to make her again, only they put a green cloak on her. And I like the green cloak. I do. I like the Maiden in Green overall. But she's confused in the lore. I don't even know what the fuck she is. Anyway, enough about Dark Souls 2. Forget about... I want to talk about Dark Souls 3 and the final boss, because we were talking about bosses before.
Dark Souls 3 sucks. I disown Dark Souls 3. I'm all about Dark Souls 2 now for the rest of my life.
Dark Souls 3. All right. So we were talking before about references to Dark Souls 1 and all Dark Souls, and that's why he's such a great boss.
I can wear that fucking Smelter Demon armor and look like a member of Gwar.
Oh,
you can't do that shit.
Smelter Demon sucks ass. All right.
The armor does not suck ass. The armor is the coolest fucking armor in the entire series. I got my fucking Ultimo
You're
Satan
literally showing off your
2.
fucking stomach because you want to get fucked by all the boys in town. All right, let's move on.
I do. I do. I want King Vendrick to come a fucking river in my abs. That's what I want. I want it all night.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's settle down because what is he called? The Lord of Cinder. I forget what's his name. It's like the Soul of Cinder, right? That's it.
Yes.
Okay. The Soul of Cinder is the coolest final boss and the best final boss in any of the Soulborn games, in my humble opinion. And that
not as cool
is
as
for
Chandra.
several reasons. That's a fucking laugh. All right, shut up. Jesse, shut the fuck up. You're not allowed to talk about Dark Souls 2 anymore. All right.
I don't even know how many of these opinions Jesse has and how many he's just being contrarian about.
Nishandra is by
there's
far
no
the
way
worst.
he really thinks Nishandra's better than the fucking Soul of Cinder.
I'm getting memed. I'm getting fucking memed.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely getting
just
memed.
a prank, bro.
All right, the Soul of Cinder he's a 2-phase boss, and the first phase... All right, I'll just tell you what he is. He is every person who's ever linked the fire before as an amalgam. So what that translates to, and you see this in his moveset, is he is every player character up to this point of the game, and he's Gwyn on top of it. And when you get to halfway through the fight, and the motif of Gwyn's theme comes in on top of the theme that's already playing, and he fucking lights a sword on fire and starts doing Gwyn moves, it's the perfect fucking thing.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's the coolest thing that I've ever seen, or you've ever seen. I know that for a fucking fact, because you're...
Jesse bought a fucking figurine of this boss,
oh, yeah,
by the way.
Who the fuck are you, dude? Where's your Nishandra bobblehead? I don't fucking see one on your shelf.
They don't make one because the world is full of idiots like you who don't appreciate Dark Souls 2 and all of its majesty and artistry. That's why they don't make one. I'd buy 100 Nishandras. I'd buy 50,000 Nishandra toys if they made them, but they don't because they're all dummies and fuckboys.
All right.
Like
anyway, he's a great final boss. He's one of these like it's like fighting one of you sort of. Only he's like super. Yeah, it's like a rival fight, sort of. Yeah, that's right. And those are always the best way to end a big fucking... Because, like, they challenge the mechanics. They use the mechanics you've been fucking learning to deal with. He's the best. It's awesome. Okay,
I definitely felt that, like, in terms of because the first time I went to that boss fight, like, because I didn't quite comprehend what I was seeing at first.
Oh yeah.
So I went in there and I was just like,
oh, it looks beautiful. The red flowers and shit. Oh, it's the beautiful.
Right. Well, the arena is awesome, but my first thought was just kind of like, who the fuck is this guy, right?
Yeah.
Because like, I would say up until this point, Gehrman has been the best boss in the Soulsborne games because he's someone who you knew who he was
from Final
Bloodborne
Boss.
sucks. It's a fucking
That's
3
what I
out
meant,
of 10.
Final boss.
Okay.
But Gehrman was someone you saw through the whole game.
Yeah.
He's always in like a wheelchair. He's just this old guy, you know. And then you get to the final battle, and he fucking gets up, and he's the strongest fucking guy ever.
Yeah.
You know.
It's
and
awesome.
it's like, you know, there's been hunter battles throughout the whole game, but he's like the ultimate hardest, most fucking like destroys you, and his arena is amazing. Like it's the coolest fucking arena ever.
I definitely think it's the
Soul of
best
Cinder.
arena.
Yeah, even then, it's a tough competition because the imagery of the fucking house burning in the background is so fucking cool.
I mean, it just
for that fight.
The flowers, man, you can't beat. And like they tried to put the flowers for Soul Cinder, and I mean, it's nice. It's nice, but you know,
that's
Gehrman
why
wins.
when I first went into Soul Cinder, I was like, all right, this arena looks just like Gehrman's arena, and I don't know who the fuck this guy is because it's not an established character like it was in that. But then once I did realize that, oh my god, he's every player character, he's everyone who's Linked the Fire, then I was like, oh, this is fucking
that's
rad,
the thing.
you
Like
know?
Gehrman is a guy that you've gotten to know over the course
Not
of Bloodborne.
Dark Souls
but this
2
guy, hey, shut
because
up,
Dark
Jesse! I'm
Souls
saying a
2
fucking
guy
profound point.
broke the
Shut
cycle
the
with his
fuck
magical
up,
crowns.
God damn it! I'm
which is
making
why
a
he's the
good
best
point.
guy.
I was thinking about what I was gonna say, and I'm gonna fucking say it. Shut
But
up.
Dark Souls 2 guy was a chick, wasn't it? Wasn't Nishandra?
Yeah, she's a queen. Whatever. All right, I was going to say
No,
that
the Dark Souls 2 guy wasn't Nishandra. I'm talking about the player character. If you do the DLC, you get the magic crowns, you break the cycle, you don't have to Link the Fire.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, Jesse. Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to say something. Okay? All right.
My big old dick, my big old butt.
Gehrman,
There's
someone
only
that you
3
got to
people.
know.
We're not supposed
Shut
to be
up,
interrupting
Digi,
each other.
goddammit!
Listen,
Gehrman,
buddy.
someone you got to know. Jesse, I'm gonna fucking kill you! Gehrman's someone you get to know over the course of Bloodborne, but the Soul of Cinder is you getting to... It's the player that you've gotten to know over the course of the entire series since Demon Souls, and for that reason, once you make that connection, it is a transcendent moment. It's the best fucking thing. It's the coolest. And that's what I was trying to say.
I gotta say that
Yeah, great point.
Yeah, it was a great point.
I love that there's references to Demon Souls in this as well.
Yeah.
Although I will say that the biggest one I'm kind of torn about, because the biggest Demon Souls reference is that you get the Storm Ruler to fight the giant.
Oh
Yorm
man,
the
that was the
giant.
coolest thing. Okay, but go. I want to.
Well,
yeah, go on.
Well, I'll say that there's a way to make that the coolest fight in the game.
Yeah,
which
there
is.
is. Yeah, there
if you do
is.
the whole, if you do
Sieg-
Siegward's whole storyline.
Siegward is by far the best character in this game. He is my bro. I love him intensely. God, he's the coolest guy ever. But go on.
Jesse, do you know about the ending of the Siegward run, like his storyline?
No.
Oh my
Well,
god, it's the best fucking thing ever.
He will fight Yorm the Giant with you. Because he has the other Storm Ruler, because him and
Dude,
Yorm
let me set the stage for
were
this a little
best
bit,
pals.
all right? Because let me just back up a little bit. Because I beat the game for the first time, and when you
I
go
had,
into the
I had
arena,
2 cool internet guys fighting Yorm for me.
okay, well that's cool, but this is also a cool thing about it. Well, when I fought Yorm for the first time on his throne, he's got a what's it called, the Storm King, the fucking
Storm Ruler.
The Storm Ruler sword, yeah, and you pick it up and you figure out to use it and you fight him with it, and it makes him pretty easy, which is a little unfortunate, but it's still a really fun fight. But in the description of that item, it says, like, Yorm kept one of these weapons with him and gave one to a trusted companion eons ago before he linked the flame or whatever. And then, like, as I'm playing through the second time and I'm getting every NPC storyline, Siegmeyer... like you just right, Siegward. I've always fucked that up. Siegward is just like, you just do his shit, and he's talking about like a friend he made a promise to, and then you go along, you help him with the stuff, and then you finally see at the end when you get to Yorm's fucking cutscene, if you've done everything with Siegward, and you walk in, he walks in holding the Storm Ruler. So all these he made a promise to his brother to fucking murder his ass if he ever turned traitor on everybody. So he's here to fulfill like this sad promise with his best friend from a million fucking years ago, using this legendary sword. And it's like the coolest thing that ever happened. And I don't know if you guys know what happens to him afterward, but I'm pretty sure he immediately like dies / goes hollow afterward because he's fulfilled his purpose. It's the saddest, most, and because all along Siegward was the best bro He gives you fucking booze. He gives you booze, and he toasts with it, and you just hang out, and he fucking will take naps just for fun in the middle of wherever. Oh my god, I love Siegward so much. He's the coolest guy in the world.
I definitely think that that's like, if you do all that, then that boss fight is fucking awesome.
It's insane.
But for me, it was just like, I went in there, and I tried to fight him like twice without noticing the thing on his throat.
Oh, really?
And he takes a million billion. Like,
he takes
I'm like
no
a strength.
Damage. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a strength guy. I'm barely chipping away at his health. And at first I thought it's kind of cool because I could, like, this is just a big, epic, protracted struggle that you're like fighting this guy forever. And it's such a huge hassle. But then he also can kill you in like 2 hits. So it's like, all right, well, I'd have to be able to survive fucking 15 minutes of fighting to do this. And then I notice the item and I pick it up and I'm like, oh my fucking god, it's the Storm Ruler, right? Coolest fucking boss fight in
when
Demon's
you
Souls,
have Siegward walk in there and he fucking says like, my old friend, I've come to fulfill my promise to you. Have at thee! It was the best part of the whole game, by far. But
without that, it's a little disappointing when you go in with the Storm Ruler and you just destroy.
It takes
Bjorn.
5 hits to kill him. 5 hits.
Yeah, and he will not hit you because he staggers so hard after you use it that you could just like fucking just click the button a few times and he's dead. And you're like, oh.
yeah.
Like, it went from like the most epic, protracted struggle in the game to the easiest fuckboy ever.
I wish they had made him a little bit harder. That's just an issue of like tweaking. If he's taking like 10
some
hits,
kind of defense measure against you when you've got that sword,
Yeah.
like he can't do shit to you. It's like
embarrassing.
And it just sucks because the Storm Ruler because like my defense of all the references to Dark Souls 1 is that I think that they are equally cool in this game. Like, if you played this game not knowing anything about Dark Souls 1, then like Siegward coming up the elevator would still be like, whoa, an NPC was on that elevator. You know?
It's awesome.
And then he goes into battle with you, and you're like, whoa, he went into battle with me, and like, and going to Anor Londo would still be like, whoa, this thing was up here, you know, this epic looking castle. But I think with that particular one, then the Storm Ruler in Demon's Souls was like the whole idea of it was you were fighting this giant fucking manta ray in the sky, and it was insanity. And then in this game, it's like a piss easy boss fight. And so I just thought that was the one reference that didn't live up to what the original was, you know.
I wouldn't be that harsh, but I do think it could have been improved with some HP tweaking or something. Yeah.
But then if you have Siegmeyer with you, then it's fucking cool.
Siegward.
Yeah.
Oh, I love fucking Siegward so much. He's my favorite. I love him. The Undead Legion, Siegward, and Dark Moon Captain Yorshka are my best, but that's my wife, my best friend, and my bro team. That's me playing Dark Souls 3.
Jesse, do you have some more stuff you love about this game you want to talk about?
How about those?
Oh no, he hates this game.
How about those dark areas in Dark Souls 2 where you had to use the torch and fucking you had to light your way? Those are cool.
I love that very useful mechanic.
Jesse, this is the one Dark Souls 3 podcast we're gonna do. Are you sure you want to spend the whole time memeing about Dark Souls 2? Like
Jesse, we know you love this game.
Chance to talk about all the things you love about this game and how cool it is.
Ain't no other pony troll it down.
Jesse,
like
Jesse, tell me about the purple phantoms, Jesse. Tell me about the purple phantoms.
Oh yeah, the Mad Phantoms.
Oh yeah, those are pretty cool.
Yeah, why are they cool, Jesse? Why are they cool?
I guess if you actually want to hear Jesse talk about this game, you'll just have to go watch the Blue Glow. He's clearly not interested in discussing it here.
He'll come around.
No, wait. Let's talk about all the cool bosses in Dark Souls 3. They're so fuck it.
Okay, never mind. Who's a cool boss?
The fucking dancer is the hottest babe of all time.
Dude,
I want to look at her butt.
Not only does the dancer,
I want to touch her butt. I want to get up in that butt.
The dancer has by far the best butt in all of Dark Souls and all of the series, without a doubt. It's in your face the entire time. It's amazing.
I can't even, I don't know who would I consider they're all fucking rad. There's so many good bosses.
Well, the two brothers were super awesome. That was a great fight.
Yeah.
The two gay boys, they're awesome.
I think that fight is like the coolest thing, but that fight pissed me off so bad because it was the only one I had like a real trouble on. Like,
I found that one pretty easy actually for whatever reason. The teleporting, that guy's literally tips fedora, teleports behind you. Fucking, shit. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, that was so
nothing personal.
They would, once they fused together, and the kid would fucking throw all the magic at you and then teleport away.
Oh,
and
it was the best. I loved it,
bitch. But I think Aldrich like in terms of the attacks and like how fucking rad the arena is and everything, like Aldrich blew my mind.
I actually want to. That's actually the one boss that I found a little bit disappointed in. I mean, it's like okay, they had a choice when they were designing Aldrich. Like, okay, we've got a giant like consuming evil monster thing. What are we gonna like go the route of like having you fight a giant sludge monster thing, or are we gonna have it like, you know, use the powers of the people, you know, because like it's puppeting Gwendolyn, which is really cool, and it's cool for Gwendolyn, even though like, God, did you read the description of that soul? Because it's like he's been like being consumed for like thousands of years, still alive in eternal torment. Yeah, it's fucking horrific. But like I found it a little bit disappointing because like you don't really get to see and experience Aldrich. What you see is like him controlling Gwendolyn. What's that?
Yeah. I think there should have been a cutscene.
Dude, there really should have been a part 2 where you've defeated like the puppet and then he like rises out from the deep, this giant fucking mass.
Is Aldrich anything but a blob that puppeteers people?
Well, I mean, because like in the opening cutscene, you see him come out of that.
Had cutscenes, but when you go to fight Aldrich, you just go in there and there should have been like a look at me, I ate this guy and now this guy is my guy. He's a wooden puppet boy.
I don't really mind that there isn't an intro cutscene. I was just a little bit disappointed by Aldrich's presentation because he is like the dude.
Right. Yeah. Well, I agree with both of you because of the fact that when I fought that battle, I didn't actually realize it was the same guy. Like I did not realize.
You didn't know it was Gwendolyn or Aldrich?
Either. Like I didn't process. Like it says Aldrich, but I didn't process that it was the blob guy. Because like the whole game, I was like, when am I gonna fight the blob guy? You know?
Right. There was so much hype. Like, he's got the church built around him, and the pontiff, like, based a whole religion on him. He's, like, the thing. And then it's Gwendolyn. Like, okay.
Right. Well, I didn't even catch that it was Gwendolyn at first. I just thought it was, like, I don't know. I didn't even realize that it was, like, a blob taking over someone. I just thought it was a crazy snake queen. You know, like, I really just thought it was that. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm fighting the Queen of Anor Londo. Yeah. I mean, the name is Aldrich.
I mean,
so
all right, that's on you for not getting Gwendolyn. That everyone fucking knows that was Gwendolyn. That's on you. But
I didn't catch that at all. But then, like, once it was explained to me, I understood it. Well, because his attacks are totally different from
just like my favorite boss of all, Mitha, the Baneful Queen from Dark Souls 2.
I love getting poisoned all the time. That's fun.
You dumb idiot! You're supposed to burn the windmill with the torch.
There's no indication
bastard.
that you can burn that.
No wonder you
windmill.
hate it. I knew it was just because you suck at the game and you don't know nothing.
Literally
you just proved
no
it.
way to know.
That was a trick. I lured you into a trap to prove
it's a metal
that you don't
windmill.
know nothing.
Why does it catch on fire?
Nothing, and you prove that you don't know nothing. I win. I've been playing chess for years, and you walked right into it.
Who'd have thought that I would have had the worst fucking time imaginable on this podcast when I was going to talk about one of my favorite games? You know, who'd have thought? But here we are.
Ever since I proposed this idea, I knew that me and Jesse were going to argue about Dark Souls 2. Like, I knew it was coming because even though sometimes Jesse will accept that Dark Souls 2 is a flawed game.
Now's not one of those times.
Well, it's just if you say it too many times, then eventually it flips that switch where he goes into defensive mode about it because he still ultimately likes the game, whereas I hate it much.
I have a whiny criticism threshold, and if you fucking cross it. But I don't
consider my Dark Souls 2 complaints. I don't consider whiny because for me, this is a deep, passionate hatred. This is not like someone who watches a movie and come home and the first day that after the movie's out, they write a fucking bitchy, pedantic review about it. No, this has been festering and stewing in me. It's a part of my life and my being.
Don't get it. There's nothing fucking wrong with it.
There's some things wrong with it. There's some things wrong. But okay, let's move on to more Dark Souls 3
It's a cancer that has eaten away at me for years.
You know what's really cool?
You're like Garfield with the mailman. I don't understand why you fucking want to torture him every day. I don't get what you get out of it.
Hey, you know what's cool? The Deacons of the Deep boss fight. I like that boss fight. I enjoyed it.
I love the concept of that boss. I think it's way too easy.
It's a little easy.
Because the thing is that the idea of it is that you only hurt the boss if you kill one of them who has the red shit.
Well, and you can just hit him, but yeah.
Well, no, if just hitting him doesn't hurt the boss meter. It's only when you kill it that it deals damage.
Is that so?
Which which is a great idea because that would mean that if you can't kill them fast enough, because they'll transfer before you finish hurting them.
I have never had that problem. I think every single time I hit one of them once,
the issue.
I like killed them.
Like,
I see.
like because when I played the first time, or every time I've played strength, and like I would kill them in 2 hits, but there was like one time that I hit one and then I missed with the second hit, and then I didn't get my my endurance was out, and then he transferred guys, and so now his health bar was it didn't do any damage to the boss itself, so I had to go fight the next guy. So if they had made it so each one had more health, so that it was like a real, like you really had to time your attacks to make sure you killed them, or else you didn't do any damage, I think that would have made it a really challenging, fun boss.
If you were like a mage trying to do long range shit, that would be a fucking nightmare to like hit the right one.
I think it was just a balancing issue, I think it was a matter of like they couldn't find a way to make it work for everyone, so they just kind of made it easy, and I think that took some of the quality away from it.
Thematically, the boss fight is awesome. It's the coolest. It's just all cool. These fucking Aldrich guys working in the church. They're just under the pontiff. They're just they're just there. They're like, oh, here's the dude. Guess we better deal with this now. I don't know if that like the Pope guy there is like a special one. I guess he is. But
I will say though that regardless of that boss, Cathedral of the Deep was. That and Irithyll
so cool.
are the 2 coolest fucking levels ever. Like, that was the moment. Because when I was playing this game, it was like, at first, the first couple levels, I was just kind of like, yeah, all right, this is, it's Souls, it's cool, I'm killing guys, this is fun. Like, I like how in the first level on the wall, like, you can just avoid a lot of the big enemies, like the really tough ones. You can kind of solid snake around them, or you can fight them if you want, like, the challenge,
Yeah.
But like. You get to the Undead Settlement, and I think that's probably like my least favorite area the first time. But now that I'm starting to like see all the lore that's there, I'm really interested in it. Like, I want to know why they all are like tree people. Because like you gradually realize like everyone has like tree parts on them and
something to do with the world just going to shit. Turn people into trees. Who knows?
Then there's the giant tree boss who, like, if you kill him, then you can't join the Mound Makers. So, like, it's clearly, like, I think everyone in that town is part of this, like, tree covenant or something. But, I don't know. It's really interesting, but I don't know much about it.
But,
these lore videos, guys.
Yeah, I need them too. But you were saying, sorry, I was just going to say that before you said that, like, Irithyll and Cathedral of the Deep were like the moments you really liked it. I think that that moment where I forget when you beat the Pontiff, no, not the Pontiff, whatever. When you beat someone and you walk out on that ledge and you see Irithyll for the first time, that's the equivalent of like the Anor Londo reveal from Dark Souls 1.
Is.
And if you want an example of seeing this, go watch The Blue Glow. I forget which episode it is, but see Endless Jess marvel at the majesty of Dark Souls 3.
The best part about that is that he was so pissed off at the boss, and he's literally going, "This is the worst fucking game ever." And then he comes out and sees that, and he goes, "Like I'm crying."
It's that old bait and switch,
right? But for me, it was like I got to the crucifixion,
tough, but it's harder to be Sean. It's my favorite song of all time.
When I got to the Crucifixion Woods, that was when I was first like, all right, I'm into it. Because, like, the way that the water looks there and everything is just fucking beautiful. I love the swamp. I loved the entire swamp, and then, like, because I did the swamp first. I beat the Abyss Watchers, I beat the Catacombs, and then I saw Irithyll, and I was like, that looks fucking incredible, but I couldn't get in, because I didn't have the doll.
Yeah, me
So then
too.
I go back to the Cathedral of the Deep, like, I find it, and I'm like, what the fuck? The fucking graveyard with all the skeleton people who just keep respawning forever?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, man, this is fucking cool. It's like the spooky, scary skeletons place, and, like, I love, this is the thing that makes this game compete with Bloodborne for being my favorite of the series, because like on the one hand, dude, I'm really into gothic horror and or gothic architecture and stuff, and and Lovecraftian stuff. Like that's like my aesthetic, man. Like Bloodborne feels like it was made for me, but my biggest problem with that game is that almost all of it's at night. And so every level just feels like the same dark, oppressive atmosphere, and it doesn't, like, it takes so long before you get to a level that, like, really feels different and really pops out at you. And you're like,
that is true.
Like I would say Nightmare Frontier, because that's, like, the first level that's, like, totally daylight and looks really different, and you're like, oh, all right. And then in this game, almost all of it's during the daytime. Like, the only really dark areas are, like, the catacombs and the place the jail and the place below the jail, you know, where you fight Yorm. Like,
the prison, the fucking, the dungeon thing or whatever. Yeah.
Like even Irithyll, even though it's set at night, it's so beautiful and like shining out of the darkness and stuff.
It's amazing. It's a marvel. It's a marvel of level.
Yeah.
And I don't actually think it's like the most brilliantly designed level in like a flow progression play, but it looks amazing.
I think the level design is obviously based on Anor Londo, where it's supposed to be this huge skill check. It's all big enemies now. Yeah. They're all a lot harder. You're fighting them in like smaller. Like it's just like you fight a bunch of groups of big enemies, and like. But they're even cooler because, like, in Anor Londo, it's just, like, giant knight statues that you had to fight a lot of. And this is, like, these fucking crazy dancer people. You get the sense that there's, like, a culture to Irithyll.
Yeah,
like,
you're getting, like, because all the fucking Boreal guys with their icy swords and their fucking spin moves all the time. It's really, there's a real, when you meet one of those guys, you know it's one of these dudes. It's great. Yeah. I really feel like there's a culture here that I'm not really sure I've seen in another, like, civilization. Before this.
And the way that when you're walking through town, there's like the ghosts like people who
I don't even know what the fuck those are, but I love them. Yeah. They're the coolest thing ever.
Everything about Irithyll makes my dick rock hard. And then when you go down into like when you just go under it, like you go down into the sewer like area and you're just in this huge open lake, and it's like, because the whole level up to that point is fairly linear, it's like guiding you through a bunch of like tough encounters, but then you go down and you're like exploring this whole other side
and these
of the
disgusting
location,
fucking hideous mosquito monsters down there. Jesus Christ. And then you emerge back into the thing, and who's sitting there with some hot Estus stew waiting for you? Siegward is my fucking nigga. Jesus Christ, he's the coolest guy ever. Did you know that every time in that game that you find a pot of Estus stew or whatever, Siegward made it?
I did not know that.
You can thank him for that shit. Yep. God, he's the coolest guy in the world. I love him. By the way, another awesome thing I love about this game that I've appreciating more on like my as I play it again is the way that the whole world, like the way that you play through the game most of the time, like there's this even one area called the Path of Sacrifice, like the whole world is structured in sort of a funnel where people, and you see this in like the Undead Settlement, like the whole world is sort of built in this operation of like funneling food and funneling like stuff for Aldrich to consume all the way back to Anor Londo. When I realized that, and I noticed like the guys in cages, like that's what they're doing. Like the missionaries, they're recruiting people, like those big fat bitches. What they're doing is they're out recruiting people to come be Aldrich worshippers. It's all fucking awesome. It's the coolest thing ever. Man, I love it. I'm taking, now that I've played like all these games, I'm taking much more notice of the lore, like of the things I'm doing as I'm playing through the games, which up to this point I hadn't really investigated. In Bloodborne,
I was definitely
started
playing
to do
through
that.
Dark Souls 3 with like the constant like hope of like looking out for like lore stuff, like. Ooh,
totally.
I hope I see something cool and I can connect the dots, but I'm too dumb for that. I need some more fucking lore videos to do it for me.
Yeah.
I'm a busy man.
I agree that, like, I thought I was keeping up with it more so than the other. Like, I definitely understood more than I've understood before. But then, like, once people started making lore videos, and I was like, well, I didn't get any of that, so
I want to know everything there is to know about, like, why is the Undead Legion fighting itself? Something went wrong somewhere. Is it Aldrich? I want to know. I want to know real bad. I need people to tell me.
I gotta say, here's some pedantic complaints I have.
Okay.
All right. One, why do NPCs teleport to the place after you like save them? Like, because there's that moment when you
Homeward Bone, I'm gonna say.
Well, there's that moment when you save Grey Rat from a cell, and you like talk to him, and then he's like, "I'm gonna join your team," and then he just like whoosh away, and I'm like, well, if he could do that, why was he sitting in a cell?
Okay,
you know?
I'm gonna tell you right now what it is. Because there seemed to be some implication that like there's some magic going on when you take people into your service as an unkindled. There's something magical going on with that. I'm completely gonna go crazy here because it sounds like there's some weird connection between you and the firekeeper lady or whatever. I'm gonna say there's magic going on there because like that dude who you meet on the bridge, who's like, oh, I've been looking for someone to serve. I've been looking for like a master, a Lord of Cinder, whatever. It's amazing to be in your presence. I'm just gonna say magic. magic's involved. You were a Lord Ascender guy.
I mean, I'm willing to accept literally any explanation.
Yeah, me
It's just
too.
that, like, in Demon Souls, people came back to the Nexus, but it was always like you just kind of left in all the games.
They
you just
figure
kind
it
of
out,
left the
yeah.
characters behind, you know, and then eventually they made it there. And then this game, they like actively right in front of your face teleport, and I'm like, what's the deal with that?
That's true. Yeah, I've been wondering about that too.
And
I'm
then
saying magic.
But then my other one, this one's a little less pedantic, I think. It's just like an issue with the pacing of the game for me, is that when you, assuming that you haven't killed the dancer early in the game, then like when you kill the last of the guys you need to kill, it just teleports you into
Oh
the
my
dancer
god, I
fight.
cannot tell you how annoying that was, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because you usually end up killing the Yorm the Giant as the last one.
Right.
That's just how the game usually flows. And if you've done Sigurd's storyline, then like if he says a couple words to you and then you get teleported away. But I wanted to see what he fucking does after that fight, because I've heard that like he does like he dies, and I want to know if that's true.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And so like I have to play through the whole game again and go out of my way to not kill him last because of that issue.
Right.
Like, I get it. You get summoned by the bitch, but it's still annoying.
And also, you have to constantly recollect your souls from that previous boss. Like, you know, if you die to the dancer, you have to make it back there and get those souls back. And if you do die to the dancer on your first try, you go back to the bonfire of the boss you killed. You don't go back to the, you know, like you have to teleport. You'll die to the dancer, then you'll end up back in Yorm the Giant's fucking chamber, and then you got to teleport to the fucking the kingdom, so that you can go fight the dancer again.
I'll be honest. I feel like this is one of those things they did to like really force you to get it, to like know what to do now. Like they didn't like they could have just put a message
I find that
up.
Annoying.
I do too. I do too.
Because the thing is, like, it was so jarring, because I would never have thought that I was at the end of the path through the game. You know, like you kill Yorm, and there's like if he is the last one you kill, then you've explored the whole game. And I never had that sense, because I'm thinking, well, there's still one more guy left, you know. So where am I gonna go to fight that guy? And I'm thinking that I'm gonna continue on the path that I've been going on, and then it's just like, no, you're back in the castle. And then, like, it would be one thing if it teleported you there and there was a bonfire immediately and you really felt like, okay, I'm in the right place. But instead it teleports you into a fight that if you lose, you end up back in Yorm's chamber. And it's so weird and jarring to, like, have that epic moment of, whoa, I have to fight 2 bosses in a row. And then, like, oh, now I have to fucking teleport all the way up to the other guy's bonfire because it just deposited me back in a nonsensical location.
I hear you on all that stuff. That's true. I don't quite agree that I dislike that you're sort of sent back to the castle to continue, because it's very much like Boletaria, which is really the last thing you do. And,
but you went back there in that game.
Right. Like, I wish that it gave you the agency to do that yourself. That'd be nice.
It was because in Demon Souls, it told you how many levels there were in each place. So like you already knew that you were going to go back to Boletaria eventually after you'd beaten everything else. But like in this game, when I beat Yorm, I didn't realize he was the last guy. Like, because again, I hadn't realized that Aldrich was the blob thing, and I think I was just doing the math wrong. Because like, there's the one guy
funny
because
like Ludlith is there, and there's 4 others, and am I one? No, okay, and there's the prince. Is that 2 guys? Yeah, it's right.
And I'm thinking that
and the Undead Legion is 1. All right,
I was expecting
all of them right there.
I was expecting the prince to be the final boss, you know, because he's the one who's been built up the whole game. So like, I just kind of had this weird jarring feeling of when I was teleported back, and I didn't because I didn't know that it was just after you kill whoever's the last guy. I thought it was just I killed Yorm and it teleported me back. So when Jesse was trying to ask me how to get to the last, like, where to go, because he killed Yorm before Aldrich, because he didn't know how to get to Aldrich. Right. So, you know, he's like, where do I go now? And I'm like, oh, did you fight the dancer? And he's like, what? And like, he said, I can't even ask where to go without getting spoiled, you know?
That's the yeah, I'm with you on all that stuff for sure. That really annoyed me.
Let's talk about a piece of shit, which is those fucking guys in the Dragon Place is the coolest fucking place ever.
It's definitely rad.
Those fucking guys with the chain axes that go through walls hundreds of miles away. Who the hell coded that part? I want to find him and I want to kill his family. That's like the greatest. That is the greatest mar on an otherwise great game. It's a fucking blight on the entire series. Those fucking. I
found that place a little trying with my patience due to those guys. That's. For sure.
I hate those fucking guys. And there's like 50 of them in one spot.
Yeah. You know what? I know what spot you're talking about, because there's that one part where you try to go out to that roost on the end of the place, and there's like fucking 15 dudes there, and I could not fight my way through that, like, because there's no way to not aggro a bunch of them, and their chains, like, if you go into that little building, they'll just hit you from everywhere. So like the only way I could get there is just to fucking run past them, haul ass as best I could, get that item and run back, you know.
Not only are they so long, have such long range, but that they go through walls. Like, everybody prides the Dark Souls series on, like, it's hard, but it always feels fair. The enemies can't do anything that you can't do, you know, but I can't fucking go through a wall. So
I mean, it's a moment of weakness in the story.
I would agree with that.
The whole game is bad is because of that.
I will say that I love that eventually I found harder rooms, because like one of the things I really loved in all the other games is that there would be these certain rooms that are like so amazingly hard, but they're completely out of the way. So like there's no reason really to, like, in Dark Souls 1 in the demon ruins, when you like fall down that area and there's like all the toxic and all the fucking things that eat you and shit, and that's where like Siegmeyer's story ends. Like,
oh yeah, right.
Yeah, like that room is insanely hard, and there's no reason to go over there if you know about it, unless you wanted whatever items were down there, or you just wanted that challenge, you know. And I think every game has moments like that. Like in the Bloodborne DLC, when you fucking run into that cave where there's the guy with the machine gun.
Oh yeah, that guy's a fucking nightmare.
There's like a fucking blood-starved beast down there, and like a million other guys, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, there's just there's just a
blood-starved beast in there. What the? I must have spent 2 hours in trying to defeat that cave. That one cave.
And I love that there's those little offshoot moments in each game. Yeah. And when I first played through Dark Souls 3, I didn't find any of those. But then, like, once I made it to the Nameless King place, and like that area with all those guys is definitely one of them. I'd say that one's a little too much of a pain in the ass, because I just couldn't even figure out how to go about it. But there's one room where there's like an illusory wall where you can fight 2 of like the crocodile monster from the bridge, like, or something like that. Two really big
down
enemies.
In the I know what you're talking about.
To get a certain item or weapon or whatever.
There's a covenant down there.
Yeah, and then the one where you're like before Yorm the Giant, where there's 3 of the hand monsters, the fucking things that have a hand for a head. Oh my god, those fucking guys.
They're the worst. Yeah. They're like these horrific hand hippos. Oh my god, no.
Those things are the most disgusting, fucked up monsters in any game ever.
And they flail around like they're fucking high on, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, they're the worst.
They're fucked up.
They're the most annoying enemies in the game, aside from the axe through wall.
Well, there's only 4 of them, and like
Thank
one
God
you fight by itself, and then there's 3 in that room down there.
And then the 3 in the one room. Yeah.
Finding out about that was like really cool, because I was like, okay, this game still has those optional big challenges. I
love that area. That area forced me to figure out that the fastest way to get through slow roll like mud and stuff is you equip a dagger, you two-hand it, and you do the focus, which is that dash, and that it like forces you to come up with new strats and do shit. It's great. I love it.
I hate all the fucking mud pits. They shouldn't be in the game. They're just a completely unnecessary, arbitrary fucking time waster. Oh, it pisses me off so much. I hate going in the mud. It makes me mad just thinking about it.
Do my shit. Equip a dagger, two-hand it, use the focus move. You'll zip through that shit.
That sounds like too much work.
It's easy,
mad just thinking about it.
I don't know. It's funny because I really loved the swamp area. But like then when like Vadi kept putting up videos and he kept being like, oh, if you had to go through that fucking swamp, and I'm like, I wasn't that bothered by it. Like the only parts you really have to go through the mud is if you want to get like a certain item.
The part, the area right before the swamp.
You gotta get the items. How could you not get the items? I gotta get them.
Well, I did get them all, but like I don't know. I never had a huge problem with it.
I mean, you know that one spot where there's 3 of those giant like tree druid motherfuckers around a bunch of items? That was challenging.
But I did get through it.
Before the swamp, where you're with the crabs, and it's sort of it looks like it's like directly out of the Fellowship of the Ring at the end where Boromir dies. It's like that. It's literally that place. That place is awesome, but then it goes into that fucking swamp, and you gotta walk through that slow-ass, muddy water. You gotta fight those fucking werewolves who jump on your fucking head from 50 feet away. You can't fucking dodge them. I hate those motherfuckers. Yeah. You gotta
those guys,
There's like 50,000 basilisks all coming around you at once, gang raping you, turning you to stone. There's those fucking tree guys.
I love those basilisks.
So I want to take that part out of the game and I want to package it up and I want to put poop in that package and send that package back to Miyazaki and say, this is my poop on your level, which is also poop.
I think I possibly liked the swamp because it was purple, and I just think purple areas are the coolest.
Purple.
And I do like how, like, there's a ton of big enemies in this game that you have no reason to fight, like the crabs, unless you want their rings. Like, there's just a ton of big enemies who just drop some really cool ring, and, like, you know, you could completely like, you don't have to fight a single crab in this game, but if you, almost all of them will drop something special.
Well, I mean, you know, they get aggroed, so, you know, you get into some...
Yeah, but you can easily escape. Like, they're usually out of the way.
I have to fight them because I hate them.
Yeah.
Hey, crabs are cool, dog. I'm a Cancer.
I don't respect their right to live.
Dude, did you guys know? Have you guys seen this? There was some shit on V of you know those giant skeleton balls in like the dungeon that roll up and down those staircases. The lower one, when you kill like the hat guy, that like if you kill a skeleton with a hat, like they no longer survive hitting against walls for some reason.
Did you say just now that crabs are a Cancer? That was a funny joke.
That's hilarious. Okay, so when you do that,
Nate said that he was a Cancer.
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, well, then it was my joke. Then I made a funny joke.
All right, good job. Anyway, the bottom ball, when you do that, when it smashes open, there's a crab in there. There's just a crab in that ball.
Oh, really? There's a crab in that?
Yeah, and like people were
I heard
trying
there was
to...
an undead bone shard in there, but I did not know there was a crab.
There's an undead bone shard in like the first ball, but in the second ball there's just a live crab just hanging out.
What the fuck?
There were some people on V doing threads about trying to guide that crab back to like his people in that fire dungeon. You know like all the crabs in that like fireplace. Right. But like he gets stuck on the entrance to the Undead Legion, which leads out to like the swamp where the other crabs are. There's the threshold that he will not cross. So tragically, little crabby man was never able to get home. He couldn't do it.
They couldn't bring him down to the demon ruins.
They tried that too. Yeah,
let's talk about all those super cool, like, sad last in the trilogy moments where, like, you'd find, like, the dead spider babe from the first game, or you'd find like the dead armorer guy from in Londo, the fucking dead giant dude. Oh man, that was so cool.
Dude, fucking, because of you, Jesse, because of the blue glow, when me and Victor went back to Anne Orlando in our playthrough, like, the first thing I did was go, I'm coming home.
Yes.
I'm coming home. And, like, the moment when you see the giant and then you just made your character fall to his knees, and I was like,
oh man,
that was beautiful.
Taking like we said this already, but taking the ashes to Andre of the giant was like the most cry porn moment ever. Like, I was devastated.
Like, that was a like an irreplaceable gaming moment.
How often do characters like not only acknowledge one another but in a positive way in these games, you know?
And that is a great argument against spoilers. Can you fucking imagine if somebody had spoiled that fucking part for me? I would have lost all faith in humanity. I would have died an unhappy soul. I would have gone hollow if someone had spoiled that.
I'm just reliving that moment. Andre,
it's beautiful.
Oh man, it is beautiful.
And I'll say this: I think that's like another thing that would egg this game possibly above Bloodborne for me, is the fact that Bloodborne's NPCs were totally weak, and this game's NPCs were fucking awesome.
I liked that one girl, the hunter killer girl in the crow's outfit.
Yeah,
but even she, you know, she's not that great. She's cool and all.
Yeah, like because most of the NPCs, like, there's two types. There's either the hunters that you find around, which are more like the adventurers from the other games, and those are kind of cool. But then most of them are just like civilians who have nothing to do with what you're doing. They're not like you. They're just like people who are there, and the only way you ever really interact with them is if you go back to Oedon Chapel, which you don't really do because you're constantly teleporting back to your fucking the dream. You know, why would you go back to Oedon Chapel?
I went to Oedon Chapel a lot just to check in with those folks. But that's just the way
most of them don't really do anything that interesting, except for like
most
the
of
horror,
the horror and the priest and their interaction. Yeah.
But like the old guy and the old lady don't really do anything interesting, you know. And so it's kind of like it just felt like it was just more people going crazy, and like everyone else was already going crazy.
Like I love the part with the little girl and how she'll go looking for her parents and she's fucking gets eaten by a pig monster, and it's horrific. But
I think what's cool about this game is that, like, in Dark Souls 1, everyone kind of had a mission, but like all of them failed. Like, you know, unless you were able to keep Solaire alive.
Big Hat Logan succeeded too hardcore.
Right. But, like, most of them... actually, you know who the coolest NPC is in Bloodborne is the guy with the fucking wheel, Logarius. Because when he fucking murders the queen.
So right, dude. And
that is by far the best scene in that game.
Of Euphoria, as he has smashed her to fucking pieces. I was like, yeah, dude. Yeah, he's the best character, definitely.
That's by far the coolest NPC questline in that game. But in this game...
I remember walking into that room. It was fucking freaky, because he puts...
he's wearing
that pyramid head fucking helmet out of nowhere. He didn't wear that up till now. I think that was on purpose. Holy shit, that was spooky. But, okay, go on.
But yeah, in this game, there's like a ton of characters who all have like very clear missions, and some of them succeed. Like Sigurd, if you finish his quest line, he like does what he set out to do.
It's
like,
the best,
because that was the whole tragedy of Sieg Meyer, was that he just like wanted to adventure, but he was always getting stuck because he wasn't very good, and then he goes crazy because he's so worthless.
When you see Sieglund over his dead body, oh my god!
Right,
so
and then
sad.
In this game, you've got fucking Sigurd, and like not only does he fight like an early boss with you, but then he'll fight a fucking major boss with you, and then like finish his quest, and he's like, I've done what I set out to do, and then he fucking and there's from what I understand, the lady in I have no idea how to do her like quest line, but the lady in white who meets you in
dude, I can tell you about her questline because it's fucking awesome.
Doesn't she fight the final boss with you if you like?
Wait, are you talking about the lady in white or the lady in black?
The lady in white. Doesn't she fight the final boss?
Dude, let me tell you what happens with her. So her whole deal...
Right?
The lady in black does. I'll tell you about that. But the lady in white, her whole deal is... I forget her name, but she was attempting to become a firekeeper, which I guess is a thing that you can do, but she wasn't good enough or something. But
wait, are you talking about the blind one?
Yeah, the blind one.
I thought you meant
I'm not talking about her.
Who are you talking about then?
I'm talking about the lady who just shows up in the shrine and like she's a member of like the faith.
Yeah. Wait.
No, not Yuria. She's in black.
That bitch like a lady tried to kill me because I accidentally joined the wrong covenant.
Okay. Her name is Cirrus. Her name is Cirrus. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Her deal is just that she's just a Dark Moon Covenant dude trying to kill a certain dude, and as you go along, you find out that it's her grandfather, who is that the guy who lets you into the Mound Makers Covenant, that creepy guy. That's him, and that's her granddad. And like eventually, if you get summoned by her a bunch of times to like kill random dudes, and the last one is that guy. And when you kill him, she's like, "All right, I fulfilled my promise to you, granddad." So like, there's some implications that he like
much earlier in the game.
Yeah, but you want to give her some credit.
Because he invades you in there. He invades you as a mad phantom.
Well, invadings isn't like killing. The real one, like in this, you like get summoned into his world or something and kill him there. Yeah. So, and then like after that, she shows back up in Firelink and is like, "Oh man, thank you, dude. I want to be your knight," and she just swears loyalty to you, and then you can summon her for shit.
So does Yuria fight the final boss with you?
Yuria does fight the final boss with you if you do the like marriage quest line fully. I don't know if you guys have done that, but that's also fucking awesome. I could tell you about it. But
I have not done it, but I mean I don't care. So
I'll tell. All right, so
I don't know if Jesse's wants to know. Jesse, have you done that part yet?
I haven't beaten it. I mean Babadook Spook killed Henri, and it was very sad because she's the best girl ever.
You killed her in the ceremony?
Yeah, he stabbed her in the face.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the ceremony is like the most important part of the whole thing. After that, it's basically you just are getting the ending. Like, you fulfilled the criteria. You just got to get to the end there. But, okay, since you already know, I'll just tell the people. So, like, there's this girl... well, when you meet Yol, this guy who will give you those 5 free levels, he gives you this like new like super dark sign or whatever that's like a pit of blackness that's like in addition to the normal dark sign on an undead that never goes away. And yeah, the Babadook Spook's got that shit. And so like you don't have like enough of them, so Henri, she has you do like this wedding ceremony. So she like kidnaps Henri, does this creepy ritual where you stab her in the face and you like get 3 additional of these like dark emblems from him. And then at the end you just have the ability to steal the fire from the fucking I can't remember what I was fucking saying. You steal you take the fire from the killing the first flame and you get like this ending where you've like stolen the power of the first flame or something. I don't know. It's good. You should go do it. Everybody,
I can tell your mind is falling apart trying to talk
completely
over Jesse making that.
Whatever. Just go play the game. It's fun. All right. Go do all the quest lines.
My full name is Yule.
But hey, since we're talking about this anyway, and I was gonna say the fact that that blind lady was a failed fire keeper, and if you buy all the spells from her, if you like fulfill her purpose, she then like, I don't know how, but she somehow like becomes a full-fledged fire keeper and can perform level ups on you like a fire keeper.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
dude, yeah.
What?
That's right. She becomes a fire keeper.
Shit!
It's the coolest thing that ever happened. She fulfills her fucking dream. It's the greatest. But only if you buy all the good spells and don't give her any of the dark tomes and buy any of the dark spells. You can't do that shit, or she has like a tragic evil ending. Yeah, she just becomes a firekeeper. It's so cool. It's like,
I never knew that. That's amazing.
It's so rad. She's like in one of the dark towers, hanging out with all the like corpses. Dude, she's in the tower with all the dead firekeepers behind like the locked door, and like she took down her hood, and she's all pretty now that she took off her stupid ass nun hood, and she can fucking level you up, and she's just like, I am so happy that I can fucking do this shit now. Oh man, it's so endearing. I love.
This game
I hated her.
Fucking
but until
waifu
that
game is on fleek in this game.
No
I
fucking
gotta
doubt,
say.
dude. Like, you got Yuria, who's like lining you up with hot bitches to fuck. You got this bitch who like loves you more than anything. You got the Firekeeper, of course. Oh man, it's overflowing. And you got the Dark Moon bitch, who's the cutest girl in the game.
The Emerald Herald, who comes down at the end of the game to say, hey,
Well, funnily
don't
enough,
forget
I
my
was
game,
about to
which is
say,
the
I'll
best
never
one.
love one as much as the doll, but this game has a lot more.
The doll, I gotta say the doll definitely for the
doll's
sheer
fucking
uniqueness
accent makes
of
my dick
introducing
rock hard.
introducing the idea of reacting to your emotes with the doll has made her just transcendent waifu. You know, there's never gonna be a waifu like her probably.
For me, it's just the fucking accent, dude, and the hair, and just the fact that she's a doll, and she has dark circles
Good
under her eyes.
hunter. Are you
She's
cold?
my fetish. Good hunter, are you cold?
I think she might be related
And
to
the fact that
Babadook Spook.
and the fact that
probably.
you become a squid, and then she's like your mom. She's like your squid mom.
She's
It's
so willing.
awesome.
She's like, she's gonna be there for you, dude, even in fucking squid form. What a great woman. What a good woman.
And that's why Bloodborne is the prequel to Octodad.
Sailor said, "Oh, you're a good girl. What a strong wife you would be."
Did you? I gotta tell you, I've been singing that song, singing
squid
"Strong
man
Wife"
from the sea.
Hey, speaking of squid men going back to the sea, all that shit with Aldrich they had a premonition that like the sea is gonna be like the new age after the Age of Fire. Feels very Bloodborne inspired. Cool stuff.
Yeah,
You
I thought it was interesting that like this game, because it has references to Demon Souls, but then like in terms of Bloodborne, it's like almost exclusively mechanical references. Like there's no overt. Other than the fact that Aldrich's name is basic, like if you read Aldrich's name in Japanese, it's spelled exactly like Eldritch. So,
oh really?
Like, it may as well just be called Eldritch.
He's pretty clearly a an
Eldritch horror, right?
He's a mode. But
Which,
I mean the arena of the Soul of Cinder, I feel like is definitely an homage of sorts to Gehrman's arena, or possibly they're just like, okay, that worked. Let's just do that again. You know?
Yeah. I think it could easily just be that.
Yeah,
but
it could
be. I would say I don't think that having an Eldritch thing is like a reference to Bloodborne though, because all the games were Lovecraftian from the beginning. You fought fucking Cthulhu's in the first game.
You sure did. Well, they're mind flayers, which are a D&D thing, but I mean, same shit.
Well, I mean, it's just very like Call of Cthulhu-esque, like the way. I always thought it was like somewhere between D&D and Call of Cthulhu was like the idea of Demon Souls.
Have I mentioned how dope Latria is in Demon Souls? Just going up, 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 getting carried. Like you fight the clones that aren't real, and then you get to the old monk, and he's this creepy ass dude with the robe, and it just becomes some dude's hat. Oh my god, it was fucking insane. Demon Souls rules.
Is one of the coolest games ever.
It is.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I think you could say that about all of them.
Demon Souls. I like Demon Souls. That's how it goes, right?
But yeah, I think overall though, like when I played through Dark Souls 3, it was like that. There was that first initial moment of like, all right, well that was kind of short and a little easy, and I don't know if it was as memorable as like, you know, where Demon Souls every level was so distinct and different, and Dark Souls felt so new and fresh, and like even when you play it today, you can appreciate how new it felt at the time and how big and open that world felt. And Dark Souls 3 definitely feels less open. It definitely feels less unique and new, but it's, again, I think the replayability of it is so much stronger than any of the other games that like this is the one I'll keep playing forever. You know, this is the one that, I mean, I never in none of the other games did I pick it up like immediately and start playing again. And in this one, I was just like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to be done. It's so satisfying to play. Like, it's just so much fun, and everything's cool, and every location is just, there's no bad part. Like, I would say in Dark Souls, like, when you're replaying it and you get past Anne Orlando and then you have to do, like, the fucking goddamn, what's it called? The fireplace. It's just like, do I have to do that again?
Everybody, all right, maybe you guys can explain this to me. I don't think you can. Everybody says that the game gets, like, drops off after Anne Orlando. I don't fucking buy that shit. I love every part of that game. I love the fireplace.
Well,
it's not even hard. I mean, I don't love the boss at the end. It's not, like, the best boss ever, but it's fun. I enjoyed it all. Like, every single part.
The problem
Seath
with
part
that,
was awesome.
The problem with the whole, with that, what the fuck is it called? What is the, up to the demon ruins, what's it called? I can't fucking remember.
Lost Izalith.
Lost Izalith, yeah. Like, the problem with that area is that if you played that game when it first came out, then all those, butts had, like, the dragon butts had, like, a giant aggro range, and it was, like, the hardest level in the whole game because you were just constantly fighting these giant butts.
Yeah, but times have changed.
It was like, yeah, but that's the thing. The way that they compensated for that was to give them no aggro range and make it just a fucking place you run through. You know, like, it, to me, it just seems like it was really, like time constraints killed it or something. Like, they had an idea, they built this level, and then they didn't actually think up good enemy placements, so they just threw a bunch of fucking dinosaur asses.
I don't know. It's just the way that people say, like, oh, the game just fucking tanks after Anne Orlando. I don't buy it.
I don't think it
like
tanks
Izalith
by any stretch. I think Lost Izalith is a weaker level. I think that the fucking the boss there is a pain in the ass. I love Duke's Archives. I think that place is, like, conceptually and design-wise is amazing. The Tomb of the Giants, I'm not a big fan of, but I know people who really like it.
Oh, I like the Tomb of the Giants.
And then there's the New Londo, which
Dude,
I just
Tomb of the Giants is worth it just for when you finally get that lantern. It's like, oh my god, thank you, Jesus. It feels great. It's punishment and reward.
I had it before going in there, I thought.
How'd you get it before? I mean, it's...
I don't know.
I mean, you can get, like, light spells and shit in other ways, but, like, the game, like, gives you
definitely, I had a lantern
the skull
before
lantern?
I went to there.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Maybe you did. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. It could be because I did that. I think I did it last. I think that was the last place I went to, so I might have got one from somewhere else.
Well, I don't know. Like, the lantern that the game gives you is in there,
I just
but
think that there's definitely in that game, there's a few moments that I'm like, when I have to go back there, I'm like, oh god, I have to do this level, you know, or...
I would think people would think that about, like, Sen's Fortress or something, because it's such a ball buster.
Yeah.
But that's, like, mandatory, you know?
Sen's Fortress is a lot easier once you know what to do, though. Like, if you don't fall for the traps, you can haul ass through that place. But, like, I think even Bloodborne, like, none of the levels were, like, a pain in the ass in that game, but there was places that were, like... that just weren't that memorable, that are like, I don't really feel like if I was playing through the game again, I just want to rush through that area. Nothing felt like that in this game to me. Like, every single place was so distinct. Maybe the catacombs, but then once I figured out that you could skip, like, half the catacombs just by dropping down that first ledge when you walk in, then it's not even that big of a pain, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I believe you.
Yeah, well, because you don't have to run, like, when the roly ball is there.
Like, okay, I know what you're talking about.
You can
I
just,
know
like,
the exact
right
drop.
when you walk into the catacombs, you could just drop down and skip that whole other part over there.
Dude, because those fucking Skellimangs with their fucking tip fedora shuriken throwing, teleporting around. Jesus Christ, those are fucking annoying.
But yeah, once I knew that and I went through it, like, the easier way, I was like, okay, this place isn't, like, that much of a pain. And Demon Ruins as well. Like, the first time I went through Demon Ruins, it felt like a fucking labyrinth. And I was like, where the hell am I?
I loved the Demon Ruins. I thought that was so much fun. Because, like, man, that was actually one of my favorite moments in the game, because I'm just going along. You know that the ballista is, like, shooting bolts at you. And I'm just, I didn't even know that existed. I'm just walking along the ground. One hits near me, it breaks the ground, and I fall into the Demon Ruins. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Yeah, I still haven't seen that. Like, I know that happens to a lot of people, but I've never seen it.
It just happened to me, and it was so awesome. Oh, man, it was rad.
What happened? You went through the floor?
Dude, dude.
If you're running around in the lake, like, there's one spot where if the ballista shoots the ground there, the ground just falls out from under you, and you fall into the Demon Ruin.
I knew about the lake, but I had no idea that was there. It blew my mind. And then, like, down there's so much cool shit, like the spider ladies down there and stuff. Oh, it ruled.
What a fucking cool game. 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
10 out of 10. Give it 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Possibly my favorite game of all time. It's in the running.
Ooh,
you know, my top 4 are, you know, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls, and Demon Souls. So it's in the running with those, with that top 4,
Hey, maybe we should wrap up, but before we do, let's just say our favorite build weapons. I'm an Undead Legion boy for life with my broadsword and my Shield of Want. It's the best.
I haven't fucked around with the weapons a whole lot yet, but the one that I've been using ever since finishing the game was the one that the fucking
Is it the
suit
icy
of armor
sword
uses? The lightning axe, the giant stone axe that
the Dragon Slayer axe or whatever. Yeah.
That's the one I've been using.
That's a pussy fucker.
It's slightly weaker than the weapon, like the great. I just had a great axe for most of the game, and then like on New Game Plus, I started using that one. It's ever so slightly weaker, but it does lightning damage, which a lot of enemies are surprisingly weak to. So like, especially that made the Osiris fight fucking awesome because he's a dragon. So I'm like, oh yeah. So I go in there and I just start spamming my weapon art on him, and I was like, fuck yeah, fuck you, Osiris.
What the fuck is that guy's deal? He's like got a baby.
Dude, that is the. Do you realize
that
is
going on?
You know that he is the king, right? He is King Lothric. He's King Lothric.
What?
Because there's certain item descriptions that say that King Lothric at some point went insane and started trying to become a dragon.
Oh,
and,
shit.
He was studying Seath's like all of his knowledge.
I missed all of that.
Yeah, that's why the brothers are in charge now, the princes, because the king fucking went down and went insane, and somehow, I have no idea how, transformed into a dragon.
So
I have no idea what the fuck Ocelot is.
Yeah,
that's why he's
a
the
baby.
king.
Or, like you can hear a cry, so like it's maybe real. What?
That is the most, out of all the lore I want to know. Please, anyone who makes lore videos, please fucking explain Osiris and Ocelot. That is by far the most curious I am about anything in this game. I want to know everything about him. He's so fucking cool. His voice is all the voice acting in this game is top notch.
He should have been King Osiris. Should have been like, you're pretty good, right?
The guy who fucking
you're pretty good.
The guy who gives you the
crap.
The guy who gives you the 5 level ups sounds like fucking Jafar. He's got the coolest fucking voice. I love it. All the voices are amazing.
It is I, you cowards don't even smoke crack. It's my legal name.
Jesse, what is your what weapon do you like?
Well, if you
game?
saw my award-winning Let's Play
series,
I
saw several.
For most of the game, I was the hot maiden endless Jess, a beautiful herald babe from the other side of fucking Funville, and I was fucking I was hot. I was
a Christian Slayer.
Yeah,
that's right.
I was this hot fiery redhead from the Emerald Isles, a Christian Slayer. Taking it back for St. Patty. I was driving the fucking snakes out of
drive the snakes out of this bitch.
Yeah. I was wearing that black gown from Uria because I killed her.
Oh, yep.
Because she tried to make me ugly, so I had to fucking fix that, and then I killed her.
That wasn't in the playthrough. I do not remember that.
That wasn't recorded, but yeah, that happened. And then I was wearing that, and I was wearing my fucking cool ass crown that I got from the fucking Skellyman King.
And as I recall, you had an icy sword, but were too hot to use it.
That's true. And, yeah, I had an icy sword and a fire katana, but I was pissed off because my fire katana did not look like a fire katana, and so it did not match my icy sword, so I was mad for
you gotta use some fucking, some of that, what is it? Paper
But
stuff.
eventually, I killed more bosses. I got stronger. I leveled up. I became a true babe hero, and a true champion. I was walking around in my fucking Artorias armor with my fucking dancer helmet with the fucking scarf that flows behind you. It looks so cool. And my fucking dancer swords. So I finally had a fucking icy sword and a fire sword, a magic sword and a fire sword. But I was fucking spinning around. I was killing everyone, and that's it. That's all I got.
By the way, one quick thing about lore, just people need to figure this shit out. Is the dancer like a princess of Lothric that was like captured and turned by the pontiff into like a horrible abomination? I heard that somewhere. Anyone know anything about this? No?
I've never heard about this.
Okay, never mind. We'll make a lore video about somebody. I want to know about the dancer.
Yes.
Okay,
we need all the lore, goddammit.
We need it all. We need it all.
I think there was a great noble wizard who was so in love with his favorite burlesque dancer that he said, "You need to be a giant woman." All he wanted to see was
all I wanted to is see you turn into a giant woman.
She danced too hot, so he said, "Chill."
All right, everybody. That's it for this this Dark Souls 3 podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Everybody say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dark Souls 2 is the worst game ever.
Dark Souls is the best game ever. Don't think fucking them all. I'll never stop talking. This podcast will never end. I'll keep talking forever because I'll never let him get the last word in. Dark Souls 2 is a good game. I'm editing this. And fuck you. I'm taking out all of your lines.
I like Salt and Sanctuary.
Well, now I have to leave all that in.
Yeah.